The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals, proudly brings to you the Thank You Veterans 230 from Iowa Speedway. This broadcast also being brought to you by TDA Motorsports. TDA Motorsports proudly sponsored by the DAV, Disabled American Veterans Association, an all-volunteer, non-critical medical transport fleet for America's veterans. For more information on how you can get involved, go to dav.org. This broadcast also being brought to you by David Llewellyn and the DHL Express, Hoot Baker, Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites, with promotional consideration paid for by Motorsports Graphic Designs. For all your in-sim graphical needs, you got something going through your mind, you want to see it on your race car, Motorsports Graphic Designs. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight. Going to be joined shortly by my broadcast partner, Miss Layla Wilson. The Thank You Veterans 230 live from the Iowa Speedway here in Iracing. DW12 version going on right now. Hot lap still underway. As I'm looking at these times, and I'm just completely blown away by just the competitiveness that I'm seeing right now. From first to ninth, a tenth of a second. This is just insanity. 1/10 of 1 second from first to ninth place means just throw a blanket over the entire, top 8 of the field. And as we saw Tuesday, this is not the easiest track to get this much horsepower around. It's basically strap a bottle rocket to your favorite Scalextric slot car and try to get it around the track and hope that it doesn't go sailing off into oblivion as you try to make the corners. It's just a wild track to try to get these cars around. Hot laps finishing up right now. Gary Bauer going quick time with a 16.607. Now we're talking a 9/10 of a mile track, so you're cranking off an almost sub 16 second lap. Or sorry, 16.6, a sub 16.5 second lap on a track that big. Now, for any form of comparison, those of you from the Northeast know about the Oswego Speedway and the Super Modifieds, which are arguably the fastest short track cars in the world. They're getting around the Oswego Speedway in approximately the same time. So we're just shy of double the size of that track here tonight. And these guys are cranking off comparable lap times, so the speeds are just outright insane. Alex Green going quick time. Dylan Lucas now bumping him off as qualifying underway right now. We're going to bring the standings up so you can have a look, see what's going on. Alex Green getting it back with a 16.968. So the 16.6 was definitely draft aided. Dylan Lucas 17 thousandths off of Green's time. As I lose time in scoring again. Great. It's going to be one of them nights. Welcome to my world, folks. Welcome to my world. Isaiah Dupree now going quick time with 16.8. Dylan Lucas cranking off, looks like his 4th lap. Isaiah Dupree getting it back. So, fast and furious with the new pole speeds. Good to see a few names coming back into the league. Ray Zerkett finally back running with us. David Gervais running back with us. Scott Dick back with us. So good to see Scott back on the track. 14 cars currently have taken time so far. Now, for those of you who are paying attention to what you're seeing on your screen with timing and scoring, you'll notice that sitting currently in 13th place in the 69 car is the Masked Madman. Apparently, Terry Adams is off his meds, so something to keep an eye on is currently 20 cars have taken time now, so that's a pretty decent field. 24 cars slated to go off tonight. My broadcast partner in crime, Miss Layla Wilson, had to run out and handle a real-life issue, so she'll be back momentarily. Not sure who's going to be race controlling tonight. Have not received any word on that yet. And I'm looking in the race control booth, and the lights are out. Nobody's home. So David Llewellyn cranking off a lap. Mike Whitaker going quick, second quick. Kevin Paskowitz putting one in the top 3. Isaiah Dupree rounding out top 4. Tyler Graff rounding out in top 5. We got the rookie Mark Carpenter. So first rookie in the field is currently sitting 6th. Bob Lacavara, Gary Bauer, Creighton Carter, and Dylan Lucas rounding out your top 10. So a couple of new faces that if you paid attention to our Monday night broadcasts, you'll recognize. We've got Robert Hill Jr., who was just picked up by Evolution Racing this past week. So something to keep an eye on there, as they're looking to make up some ground in the team standings. And just about 45 seconds before we were going to throw it down trackside to league owner Alex Green. And there was another new name, and I'm not seeing it now. I don't know where he went to. Shoot. Huh. All right, so 21 cars have taken time so far. And apparently, looks like David Bigger has withdrawn from the event. So I was actually looking forward to seeing David make a start with us tonight. But looks like he has gone to play in the Tin Tops, as they're at Phoenix tomorrow night. Their AM race going on right now, so we'll check in with them later on in the event and see how that's all going. So we throw it now down to Alex Green.
Your hands full tonight. Call your own pits. Come out of 3 and 4. Otherwise, good luck. Have fun.
Sudden death.
I like the protest 11 and the 707 for engine.
It's called being smooth, man.
No, man, it's your clutch. That's where it's at, your clutch.
All right, so drivers meeting wrapping up right now. Just as a heads up, guys, there's nobody in race control tonight, so if just cowboy up, and if you see something going on, just say, hey, my bad, or whatever, and the competition committee is gonna review the race after probably tomorrow. Again, thank you, Mike Whitaker, for all the work that you've done with the competition committee this past season, seasons past. We would be a shell of a group without you.
Thank you.
All right, so now that that's going on, Being as this is this coming weekend is going to be Veterans Weekend, on behalf of the entire RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League, we do ask that everyone please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. As our very own veteran, Mr. Terry Adams, plays for you a rendition of the American National Anthem. So once again, you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. The Thank You Veterans 230 from Iowa Speedway, DW12 is getting ready to grid up.
Boing. Hi.
And just in time, Miss Layla Wilson's back right at the end of the National Anthem.
Yeah, I wanted to wait to tag in until after that.
So I do thank you for coming in like that. So
Hey, not a problem.
now, are you actually in the session?
I am in the session.
All right. So currently sitting quick time, Mr. David Llewellyn.
And he's one of 3 cars in the 7s too.
Yeah, that was hauling the mail, especially a solo lap. Now we did see some 16.6s in the hot lap session, but that was of course draft aided.
Right.
So front row is going to be David Llewellyn for Team Booze Brothers, defending DW12 champion Mike Whitaker sitting outside row number 1. Then row number 2 is going to see Kevin Pasquich and last season's Triple Crown Challenge winner Isaiah Dupree making up row number 2. Now, I did receive word from league sponsor Bill Roberts that there is going to be a Triple Crown Challenge this season. We're going to wait till Bill can actually join us to go over the
events and whatnot.
Well, no, he's already determined which events it's going to be, but I want to let him break the news as to which tracks are going to be to the troops. So that's going to be row number 2. Row 3 is going to go to Tyler Graff, defending IR05 champion. He's joined with rookie Mark Carpenter, who's the first rookie in the field. So, in the first rookie, actually, I'm seeing in the top 14. So good on you, Mark. Row number 4 is going to go to Bob Lacavara and Gary Bauer. Row 5 is going to see Creighton Carter and Dylan Lucas. Row 6, Alex Green and Ray Zirkett, with row 7 going to Ronnie Osmer and Tony Rice. Row 8 is going to see Johnny Antonucci and Robert Hill Jr., with row 9 going to Jose Olivas and David Gervais. Now, for those of you who are paying attention to what's going on with the standings, you're going to see that currently sitting 19th quick is the Masked Madman. That is our very own Terry Adams, and apparently he's off his meds again. He's going to be joining row number 10 with Scott Dick making his return to the league. The Irish
to see him
assassin.
back.
Good to see him back. The Irish assassin Dominic Byrne and Season 1 champion for the IRO5s Cody Elder are going to make up row number 11. Row 12 is going to see Dylan Moskowitz, who's the last car to take time. He's going to be joined with Tyler Vickery, with Nate Dean starting shotgun on the field. Field's starting to roll off right now.
I do recall you saying the Tuesday race actually went pretty well, and I know on a track this tight,
it wasn't
that's
bad.
tall order.
We did see quite a bit of green flag action, so I was happily surprised at that one. So as the field rolls its way down the back straightaway, I would like to remind everybody you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, is your course, your temp to hire and contract position leader in the Midwest in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and let Bill know the ISL sent you. As the pace car goes in, no, we are under a mile, so they're getting 2 pace laps. So
Oh, that's right.
I said that as quickly as I possibly could, thinking we were about to go green, and
it's okay. It gives us a lap to kind of loosen up and prepare for this, because it's not just hard on those guys. Those of us up in the booth, we're going to be taking a shot every time there's a caution. So
no.
Ready.
No. See, I live too far away from a good hospital, so no, I would die of alcohol poisoning on transport. So that being said, I would like to remind everybody that November also is Pulmonary Hypertension Awareness Month, as we see our teammate Mr. Kevin Paskowitz rocking the PH Aware and the Mighty logos inside row number 2 there in the purple number 7 car. So we'll bring you more information later in the race, as we're probably going to touch base with Kevin at least once. Green flag comes out.
Solid start for Llewellyn there.
Absolutely.
We'll say Whitaker hung with him good on the top.
Well, I think both drivers pulled the trigger as soon as they saw green. So
oh, trouble off turn 2. We got 2 of them around. We got one in the wall in turn 3. I'm trying to get a beat on that.
Alex Green's one of them.
Who that was?
It's
oh
Alex
my gosh,
Green.
we got another one over on his head. That is the masked madman over on his head there in turn number 3.
Ooh.
I see Scott Dick was also collected.
Terry Adams went on a ride. Let's take a look and see what. Let's go to the replay and take a look at what happened there.
Looks like KP was in that as well.
Maybe.
Looks like KP's car came around, coming out of 2, and everybody was checking up. He actually came out of it pretty okay. It's spun back to the right, but nobody seems to have hit him.
Okay, so Terry just center whoever's in the 35. I'm not recognizing that number.
I don't see a 35 on my list
Or was
here.
that the 95? That was the 95 of Robert Hill Jr. that got center punched.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get around KP there. He tried to squeeze between him and the wall. Tags the wall, car comes back to left, and just pow, nowhere to go.
Yeah, cold tires will do that. So
Boy,
apparently KP was the one that brought that one out. See him hauling off into turn 2, just cold tires. That's the only thing we can chalk that up to. And spins it back up onto the track, and
I'm not sure how they avoided hitting him, but kudos to everybody who was able to get around him there, because he was backwards. There's no way to pull punches or sugarcoat that one.
Okay, so now I see what took place. KP got sideways. And then Bob Lacavara checks up. So we're going to follow along with Bob. Bob checks up, seeing that KP checked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then all hell broke loose.
Just a lot of kind of scrambling. You know, you go into
turn 1. They were 4 wide at about a second or so there. And what took place is Bob Lacavara actually clipped Alex Green.
And it's one of those things, whether or not somebody's spinning in front of you, turn 1, lap 1, people just kind of go for broke. You're nervous before they start. You get amped up. You're like, okay. And the green flag drops. You're ready to go. You start going. And then somebody spins out.
Bob apparently saw KP go sideways. Yep, he sees it. He checks up. Nobody else did. Bob's trying to take evasive action to get away from everybody else because, you know, he was 4 wide for a second there. and then just had nowhere to go. Alex Green was trying to check up to avoid killing anybody, and just, that's the brakes, really.
I only see, looked like the Masked Madman had a toe, and that was because the car was upside down. I do see they've got that thing pounded back out again, and he's down off the jacks. So he'll probably be the only car to lose.
Nope.
I take that back.
Nate
Right
Dean,
as I
one
said
lap
that.
down. KP lost a lap. Scott Dick lost a lap in that one. Scott Dick was involved in that one. KP was involved in that one. Alex Green involved in that one. But Alex was able to limp it back to the pits. Robert Hill Jr. was able to limp it back to the pits. Looks like he's trying pit strategy now as he's back on pit road. So, yeah, Terry was the only one that did actually have to tow on that one. And I believe we are going to green.
Should be.
Should be. I mean, luckily
that alive.
Yeah, luckily the pace laps around here aren't that bad.
Yeah. On the opposite end of that spectrum, though, if you're in the crash, that's not so fun.
True story. But, the one thing I would also like to point out, that something I know you were probably looking forward to, this coming Tuesday, we will have the IRO5s at Talladega.
Oh, boy.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, is the opening round of the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, with that whole Triple Crown Challenge deal, it's 3 tracks, and I'm just going to give you the hint: the Talladega is going to be the opening round of it. It's three tracks you have to win in the same series. So there's a separate one for the IRO5s and a separate one for the DW12s. You have to win all 3 races in the same season. And if you can do that, there will be a cash prize and a trophy, which, if you saw our Facebook page, Isaiah Dupree did show his trophy that he got from Bill Roberts. It was actually a really nice cup that he received.
Green flag's out again. David Llewellyn pulls the trigger nice and early, and he's going to get out there single file. They're probably going to be scrambling here for a couple laps to get single file. This is a long race, so hopefully we don't have another hiccup like that.
Well, it looks like everybody's kind of tiptoeing right now as Tyler Graff makes a move from 4th going to 3rd. Mike Whitaker got shuffled back a little bit. I believe Mike was just trying to make sure he stayed out of any possible dumpster fires that could happen in front of him. Now, the one problem we were seeing on Tuesday night was drivers...
Did you see that move by Isaiah there?
Yeah, that was a ballsy move. But the one problem we were seeing on Tuesday night was drivers... these cars do not like apron touches.
No,
plain
they
and
do
simple.
not. I can confirm that.
So we did see, you touch the apron and you're killing everybody behind you. And Gary Bauer rocking a new paint scheme this week. So
very nice.
It's going to take me a little bit to get up to speed.
It really pops.
It does. I mean, it's a sharp paint scheme. Whitaker running some new tie-dye on the World's Fastest Hippie 707 machine.
So Llewellyn's held off every challenger thus far. We saw Isaiah Dupree took a look down low a couple laps ago and go into 3. Just wasn't enough room. He's got Tyler Graff up on him now. And like with the bigger tracks, you'll notice these cars really suck up on each other in a hurry, even though the track's under a mile long. Kind of can't escape that in a car this downforce oriented. Right.
Now, the other thing we did notice Tuesday night, too, was as the tire wear started to happen, which the tires are starting to wear in right about now. You've worn all the, quote, goodie off the tires by now. The outside line actually is going to be able to start to hang. If you can get a run, especially going into 3, you're going to be able to keep it wound up on that high side. And we saw some outside passes as Isaiah Dupree's trying
to make that happen now.
Dupree's trying to make that happen now. I think it might still be a little too early in the tire run, as he gives plenty of room, knowing that there's still a ton of racing left to go.
Yeah, these guys are playing pretty nice right now. I know it looks a little scary when they're ducking and diving like that, but could definitely be a lot more aggressive, so it's nice to see a little patience this early in the races.
Very
Dupree
much
looks
so.
up high again. That might just be his line, because I notice he's kind of swooping down from the outside, letting the banking carry him down to the bottom, about halfway through the corner one.
Well,
And this
what?
is asymmetrical.
Oh, there it goes. Mark
Who
Carpenter.
died?
Mark Carpenter.
Sounds like he's on the front straightaway.
He is. So as we
All
watch
right, let's
going
take a look.
into, looks like...
He had help.
Yes, he did. The 17 definitely, wow! Johnny Antonucci catching a race car to the face. The newest member
That
of
was
Pinnacle
big.
Motorsports, too.
Looks
Just...
like that was Dylan Lucas and Carpenter who got together initially.
It was.
And this is a 4-car incident. I see Creighton Carter got caught up in it as well. He took a tumble down the front stretch there, kind of slid on his noggin there for a moment, rolled around a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of, or maybe it was he who caught the race car to the face. Yes, it was. Nope. He caught the wall. Wow.
That was a pretty solid hit. Were this not a simulator, I would be
Yeah.
worried about that, because it's those sudden stops into the wall that get you. The flips, they look scary, but it's nothing. It's when you hit the wall head on and stop. That's when people get hurt.
So we're going to go to Johnny Antonucci's helmet can. Oh, no, he missed it. He completely missed it. Who caught the race car?
Lacavara.
It was Bob Lacavara.
He caught one on the ground. He didn't catch one in the air.
No, he just blasted. Wow.
Yep.
Tire to the grill. And when I say grill, I'm talking, Paul Wall kind of grill, where you just, that was a Firestone Firehawk to the teeth. Yeah, that was, wow. Yeah, that's the first one of the night. The thank God this is a simulator moment. So
I think he was very unhappy about how that went down, because
I think a lot of guys were unhappy.
Yeah, I think out of anybody, if there was one person who was happy to see this, that would probably be Scott Dick right now. He is in the lucky dog position.
Yes.
In 20th right now, I believe so.
Unless he got caught a piece of that one.
I don't think he did, so that's good news for him. Bad news for Mark Carpenter and a whole host of other drivers. They're getting caught up in that melee off turn 4.
All right, so tough break for David Llewellyn, Jose Olivas, and Robert Hill Jr. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, wow, pits opened early.
So what's our fuel window here, just so I can kind of get an idea of
right.
when
Well,
this.
that's just it. I'm not 100% certain, because we saw cars going about 10 laps longer than they should have on Tuesday.
Interesting.
So
I guess that's one thing with the draft on this track. You don't necessarily have to kill the throttle.
Right.
Even though it's a track where you need to lift, and it's really important how you approach the corners, it's not, while it's not Talladega, it still has plenty of draft effect. And I've seen a couple cars dip off into the pit road.
So looks like David Gervais got the lucky dog that time.
And he's in the pits right now.
Right.
Another car exiting the pits here. I'm trying to see who this is.
Robert
It's
Hill
Robert
Jr.
Hill. Now, he ducked out of the lead pack, as I saw, so I
Right.
think he's trying to just get this out of the way. In case there's a long green flag run, he's golden.
Right.
Because
So
he can kind of figure out when he needs to pit on his own.
I'm thinking that David Llewellyn and Jose Olivas are both praying for a quick caution here, because they're at least 3/4 of the way through their fuel stint.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you right now they've got it in 6th gear or clutched in, whichever way you want to do it. Just trying to save as much as they can, because, you can hope for a caution, but you may not get it as the lights go out. Really curious how many laps they can go under throttle, especially Llewellyn. When he's pulling this train around here, he's got to make that hole in the air, and he's going to be using just a little bit more fuel than everybody else.
Right. And thing is, if you take a look all around him, everybody except Jose Olivas has fresher tires. So Llewellyn, Olivas, Dupree, Graf, Bauer, Osmer, Lacavara, Rice, and I believe Antonucci and Green rounding out your top 10.
And there are still 17 cars on the lap, or on the lead lap. You know, this early in the race, it's still pretty much anyone's race. You could be a lap down and you can probably get back in, and we're 21 laps in here.
Right. I mean, we're still, still north of 200 to go, which is the weirdest thing I've ever had to say on one of these broadcasts.
Green flag, green flag.
Look at that start by Llewellyn. Now, he's been getting these all day. Here, it actually seems a little more advantageous than, say, at Michigan or Texas, where somebody might blow up past you. They can get to you, but it seems a lot harder to actually get around other cars here.
Right. Well, the thing is, Jose Olivas, too, was hanging way back on that start.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what was going on, but Jose just has been dropping like a stone. So
he might be in full fuel-saving mode. He may have started in the higher gear.
There we go. There's the fresh tires.
And you were just talking about this. You said everybody behind those two has fresh tires.
Yep.
And it's really starting to show here. Jose dropped, and now we've got David Llewellyn. He's going to try again on the top. And I know those older tires are a little better on the top than they are on the bottom, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to get that done.
I doubt it.
It might be best for him to be behind. Oh, we're yellow again.
There it is. So there's the quick one. Wow.
Oh, KP. Ouch.
What happened there? Did he have help? Let's see. Yep.
Looks like Creighton either hit the apron or the car just quit turning. Maybe he lost front downforce in the draft. It's
take a look here. We're following along with Creighton now. Dives it down low. Arrow push off Mike Whitaker.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see him. We'll go to the. Let's see. We're gonna go to the roll bar cam on this one.
Looks like he was doing everything he could do to keep the car on the bottom, and it just wouldn't stay.
I mean, you just take a look at his hands. Yeah, he didn't. His hands never unwound until after he made contact with KP, and that was only to, stop the car from spinning back the other way. So that's a rough one for Pascowitz. That's definitely a rough one there. So he had to tow because he got it stuck in the safer barrier. And Ronnie Osmer goes around. What happened to Osmer?
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Well, let's take a look and see what happened here.
Did he hit the pit wall?
That's what it looked like. So the caution comes out. Osmer's down, part on the apron, part not. Trying to stay out of trouble. Just caught the apron.
Oh, well, I'm seeing Scott Dick hit the pit wall just now. They were coming into pit. They ended up 3 wide. He was next to, who we got here? David Gervais. I don't think David knew he was there because Scott kind of swung down off the banking. And you'll see him touch wheels and then bang, straight into the wall goes Scott Dick. So that is a tough break for him. I don't see too much damage.
Well, we're going to go to the chopper cam and follow that along as we're still in replay mode. So we're going to go to the chopper cam. We're focused on Scott right now in the deuce. So it should be happening momentarily here. And I don't know why Scott was going into the pits considering he was a lap down.
Don't know. That was really strange. He just suddenly, it's like,
pits shouldn't have been open to him.
For a spotter, they're like, oh, come in right now.
Yeah, pits shouldn't have been open to him because that should have been lead lap cars that the pit's open to. So regardless, that's going to be a black flag there. And David Llewellyn finally getting the pit service he needed. Jose Olivas currently 28 laps into his current fuel stint.
So I did notice, David stopped. So you're saying Jose has not stopped all race long. Jose
is still on the first set of tires and fuel, 28 laps into it. So Isaiah Dupree stayed out, Tyler Graff stayed out, Jose stayed out, Gary Bauer stayed out, Bob Lacavara stayed out, Johnny Antonucci stayed out, Alex Green, Tony Rice, and Dominic Byrne stayed out. Robert Hill Jr. also stayed out. David Llewellyn winning the battle off pit road. Cody Eldred going into pit. Tyler Vickery pitting. Mike Whitaker, Ronnie Osmer, David Gervais, and Dylan Moskowitz. Last car on the lead lap, currently in 17th place.
I am very curious as to Jose's strategy, because I think he may have figured something out. Did he run on Tuesday?
He did, but the thing is, you got to remember, the IR05 has a 22,
Different fuel cell?
It has a 22-gallon capacity for the fuel tanks, whereas the DW12 only has an 18-gallon capacity. And we run 50% fuel loads, so it's going to be real interesting to see what takes place from here.
I mean, if he gets another quickie caution, he should be good, but
If this
I would
stays
imagine
green,
he can't.
he's
Yeah.
going at least 2 laps down.
So then you think, hey, we get a 10 flags or 10 laps rather of green flag, he'll probably have to come in by the end of that. But I don't know. I'm really interested to see this play out because I think he may have hit on something. I don't see anybody else trying this strategy, so
well, the question
this could be
is,
quite interesting.
how far from bingo is he? As pace car getting ready to duck on in. Dupree, Graff, Olivas, Bauer, Lacavara, Antonucci, Green, Rice, Byrne, and Hill, your top 10. And Isaiah Dupree taking the outside line on the restart.
Interesting.
Not often. It's a rule in the league
don't see that.
the leader gets to do that, but this is one of those few tracks where it might actually pay off. As we're watching Gary Bauer now try to get by Jose Olivas as they're getting a little chippy towards the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I saw Bob was he was trying to get under Alex there, and he had to back way out of it. He actually got sucked into the second pack now, and that second pack that is awfully scrappy. You're not kidding. It's we're looking at 2 wide, pretty much all the way down there. It looks like a plate track.
Right, as David Llewellyn showing what fresh tires can do as he's making his way through traffic right now. You see him now working on Bob Lacavara there. As Dominic Byrne goes side by side with that's Robert Hill Jr.
And that's at the front of this second pack to kind of that should be about 8th place.
That is currently 8th place, yes.
Gotcha.
7th and 8th actually. So Robert Hill Jr., the rookie who we've seen in the tin tops on Monday nights, showing what he's capable of right now. As Isaiah Dupree going, Isaiah Dupree now having to deal with his former teammate Tyler Graff. Yeah, they're going at it tooth and nail.
This ought to get interesting here. Because I've seen Tyler, he'll get behind you and he'll wait. Because he knows you're going to make a mistake. If he stays right there, he'll get in your head. He's fantastic at that. But he's got a real tough customer in front of him in Isaiah Dupree. That's not somebody who's going to necessarily burp and make a mistake.
Well, you got to remember, right? These are 2 of the 4 guys that made it to Indy last season. Mm-hmm. Isaiah almost basically won everything last season with winning the Triple Crown Challenge, and I think he came in 3rd at Indy in the DW12s.
Not bad.
Whereas, Tyler, his, again, former teammate actually won the IR05 championship. Defending DW12 champion Mike Whitaker currently sitting back in 16th place, just riding from the looks of it.
I will point out, Jose is still out there, and he's currently sitting 3rd, and he's hammered down. I mean, not lifting, not saving fuel or anything. He's running it hard.
Well, he kind of has to. As Tyler Graff goes to the inside, looks like Isaiah just kind of moved over and said, "Here you go, buddy. Go ahead and have a lap." And
hey, what's the best way to save fuel?
Yeah, exactly.
Get behind somebody else.
that's probably what they're doing, because if I'm seeing this right, they're in the same team speak. And
here we go for the lead again.
Jose Olivas finally into the pits on lap 42.
Oh, boy. I'll keep an eye on him. I think he's going to lose 2 laps here.
Well, there goes one right there. As,
All right, he's in the box now. Jacks are up. Tires going on.
I'm thinking he ran out of fuel because he went down pit road slowly.
All right, he's rolling, and here comes the field down the front straightaway. That is at least 2 laps.
That's his second lap right there, as the leaders go flashing by. Dupree back to the point right now. The battle for third is starting to heat up with Gary Bauer working on Alex Green right now. And once again, I want to thank Trading Paints for...
crashing?
No, it's just for some odd reason it's got Alex in a lavender car.
Ooh, fancy.
That's one way to put it.
This is a little 4-car dogfight here, and these guys have been getting a little aggressive here. It's kind of hard not to when you're on a track like Iowa. It's really hard to shut off the part of your brain that's just like attack, attack, attack. But
yeah,
if there's one track you want to shut that off, Iowa is definitely that place.
As Gary Bauer gets a little bit of aero push, but able to reel it back in, coming off of 4. And Isaiah and Tyler still just duking it out. They've got to be getting close to a green flag stop coming up here. Currently 30 laps on their stint. It is.
If a caution does not come out, he's in a really good position. I don't know. I'm looking back here further in the field. If you glance back around 12th place or so, I'm not so sure we're not going to get it. There it is, off turn 4. I believe that was Antonucci going up and over.
That was Dylan Lucas in
Dylan
17.
Lucas, I'm sorry. He got touched on the inside there. Going back.
Show us on the doll.
That was the 9 car.
And
Show us on the doll
who is in the 9? Because I'm
David Gervais.
Not a happy camper.
Stole your number.
That's not going to happen ever again.
Wow, that... Ooh. Looks like that same aero push we were talking about earlier when KP got collected.
No, I'm not certain he didn't actually touch the apron. Let's go to a chase cam and see what took place there.
You know, you're probably right, because it just quits turning. And I don't think he was close enough to have an aero push to any other car.
No, that was just brain fade.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Like,
I mean, we're doing a chase cam right now.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it was a poor line. He entered way low. And the car just pushed.
And now everyone's pitting.
Yeah, they kind of have to.
Yep. Now, Jose, of course, is staying out. This is going to trap him
and
one
so
lap
is
down.
Mike Whitaker.
Really? So he's not even going to get one of his laps back then?
Whitaker's on the lead lap.
Points?
Mike's on the lead lap. Yeah.
No,
so
I'm saying Jose.
Oh
Jose's
yeah, no, that's gonna
back.
completely destroy Jose's chances as Creighton Carter gets the lucky dog.
Good for Creighton, get him back up there, get racing. It hurts to go down a lap early in these things. It really does. I'm hearing we got a car in the wall coming off the pits. Trying to see here. May have been Tyler Vickery. I'll go back. Yeah. Looks like him and Tony Rice got together. That put Tyler right into the wall. So that's looking for some damage here on the right side. It would be on the right front if there was any. I don't see any.
Well, let's back that up a little bit more. Here he is. Yeah, Tony Rice. Yeah, he hit the wall.
Yeah.
Looks like he made just a slight touch on that upright on the right side.
Hopefully that doesn't affect him too much. I hate to see that on pit road. I mean, I hate to see it anywhere, because when you get damage like that, it can ruin your entire race just from a little touch like that. But
yeah,
looks like Tyler's going to come back in and get that wing looked at from what he was saying on the radio just now. So tough break for Tyler Vickery there. He was running pretty well, and wrong place, wrong time.
Well, I mean, that's something you got to remember. You know, Tony Rice is one of the rookies in the league, so he's not used to as busy a pit road as we have here, as Whitaker finally brings it down
Whitaker,
pit
yeah.
side. So that is going
So
to
there's
give
Jose getting lap
Olivas
back.
one of his laps back.
I want to see more of this strategy of his. So I mean, maybe this is all part of what he had going on. Maybe you end up losing a couple laps early, but in the end you come out on top. It's really tough to say because he is so far off sequence from these guys.
Well,
He's
the thing
almost
is,
mid-sequence.
I'm thinking he may have studied the tape from Isaiah Dupree's win here last year. Because Isaiah last season caught the entire field a lap down.
So that might be what he's going for then.
If it stays green, yeah, it'll work. If it doesn't stay green, you need to catch that caution perfect.
Ooh, Alex Green. Throughput fell to an unacceptable level. For those not familiar with internet racing, he may as well have just hit the kill switch.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure if you saw the broadcast
Tuesday?
No, not Tuesday, the previous Sunday.
No, I was not able to, unfortunately.
KP had just taken the lead, hauls off into turn number 1, and disappeared.
Oh, man.
And all of a sudden, Facebook Messenger starts blowing up, and it's KP saying that he's going to sell his wife's cat to the...
Oh, no!
Yeah,
The cat?
The cat urinated on the router.
Crud.
Yeah. And
oh my gosh! Of all the places.
he and his wife had a spirited discussion about her love of adopting animals, which I am all for adopting animals, but there's a fine line between being an animal lover and a crazy cat lady, and apparently she's borderline.
So Isaiah Dupree once again up here on the outside as we get ready to go green.
And
Look at how early he pulled it.
Pace car twitches and he pulls the trigger, not
He's just
even
gone.
waiting. As Johnny Antonucci and Gary Bauer going side by side into turn number 1 for third.
Bauer with the preferred line at the moment, but I don't think Antonucci's going to give up that. Right as I say that, he does. I was like, he ain't going to give up that easily.
Well, he's going to kind of have to because Gary Bauer had enough momentum to throw a slide job. And
Look
here
at
comes
Robert Hill.
Yeah.
And he's towing Ronnie Osmer with him. I've been keeping an eye on Ronnie because he's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, those guys are teammates now.
Out. Oh, they are? Okay. Because he's been hanging out, just being quiet, just kind of keeping his nose clean, keeping his head down. And here he is up in the top 5 here on lap 57.
Absolutely. But, Robert Hill Jr. put one on the podium last week, and
nice.
He wanted to know about this whole team points thing, and Ronnie and he raced together in the Monday Night League that I broadcast with the Tin Top cars, and they, Robert, you're now on Evolution Motorsports, so, good on you there.
That's one way to make a league entry, put it on the podium immediately.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing I do want to point out that was announced this past week by main league sponsor Bill Roberts, Bill is looking to sponsor an entry in the iRacing as Alex Green's back out on the track. They're 3 wide. Holy, there it goes.
And there it goes. He collects Ronnie Osmer. 3 cars, 4 or 5 cars involved. We got some spinning off turn 2. More cars go around. Another one's rolling down the backstretch. Complete pandemonium.
As Tyler, Tyler Vickery upside down again. So yeah, let's back that up. I'm thinking that didn't look like Alex's fault. Let's go to the chopper cam.
Ronnie thought he may have cleared him. Alex could have been a little lower.
Well,
but Ronnie could have been higher. It's kind of one of those things where.
Well, let's take a look and see what's going on here. The thing is, you gotta. Alex held his line.
Yeah, he did. And I see Ronnie's. He's trying to make something happen. He's trying to get down to the bottom there.
Yeah.
And ran out of room. He ran. What do you do? And then he comes up into the 27 after losing control. The 11's involved.
David Llewellyn going on a wild one.
so much happened after that initial wreck too, because during that Alex spun up ahead on the track.
Wow.
And some cars ran into that.
Go watch the replay from David Llewellyn and watch what happens. He hits, bounces, and then just warp speeds out of the track.
Oh, did he got hand of godded?
He got hand of godded out of the track.
Outside of Crash Car.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's
watch that again.
Iracing glitch. You really don't want to see a glitch like that in the race, but
Bink, gone.
There it is. Oh, let's see what it registered for his speed here.
I'll let you go because I can't actually see that in the replay.
It only showed him doing. It went from 60 to 97, 60 to 87. Then here we go, 405. 405 miles an hour.
Wow.
He touched 416 for a second, 396, and then was gone.
Good.
And that glitch, I don't know what causes it. I would assume it has to do with the vehicle registering as inside of the track, and it gets kind of spat back out as quickly as possible.
Well, I remember during the first season that I broadcast, it was the one of the test races just before we actually went live for that season. We were at Pocono, and one of the drivers who's no longer with the league crashed on the front straightaway and then ended up going straight vertical at 1,000 something miles an hour. I mean, he went north of Mach 1 vertical.
Well, one of the hardest hits you'll see in here is Scott Dick and Tyler Vickery. Tyler had slowed down. He'd missed everything that was going on. And I think Scott thought the track was clear, came in there. We're talking a huge speed difference, 99 miles an hour to 184 when Scott comes in there and just, cleans him out. We've got... this is really going to shuffle things up. I see Tony Rice was also involved. I'm trying to figure out everyone who was involved, so we'll try and run over this here. Alex Green.
Oh, yeah.
Tony
Here
Rice.
comes Daredevil.
Yeah.
To borrow a line from you.
Ronnie Osmer, Gary Bauer, Tyler, Scott Dick also involved.
Whitaker involved in that one as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
that was massive.
Tyler just got completely run over from behind.
Yeah, there was nothing he could do there, and I think Scott thought the track was clear. That's all I can figure, and that's 2 more cars on the record now that didn't need to be. I mean, I've been that person before, Pocono, but it sucks to see.
And Gary Bauer's back in the pits. It looks like.
Think he's pit farming?
No, it won't. Oh, he's got the wheel glitch.
It won't fix it? Oh, he's got okay, so a little crash course on the wheel glitch. And I see Alex Green has it as well. Look at
He's got to back up. Now he's got to tow from where he is right now.
Yes. That wheel glitch.
There he goes. Okay. So that's going to be a 20-second tow, but yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it at that point.
So
when the suspension geometry is interrupted in one of these vehicles, iRacing as a simulator does not quite realize that it needs to put that back, so it will fix all the other damage, but the suspension geometry will remain altered. So you'll see stuff like Alex Green, he's carrying the left front tire. That happened to me at Texas earlier this season. It's just another unfortunate foible of the simulator.
And it's still not fixing Gary's car. He's still in the pits.
Yeah, that was the same thing that happened to me in Texas. I actually had to disconnect from the server.
I was wondering what was going on.
Go out on the track, bump into the wall, and then I could go again as we go green flag.
And Bob Lacavara, who stayed out, currently showing the way. As the
How many laps is he into his...
15, so about where those tires are going to start wanting that lane up from the yellow line. As Tyler Graff now sitting in second place.
Slow car. That's Gary.
That was Gary.
He's just trying to limp around as best he can. I think he just came out of the pits. Car looks straight. Seems to be at full song as we come down the front straightaway, so he'll probably be able to slip in line and get back to racing. We've got another one exiting the pits, too. So folks are getting back in after that crash.
Nate Dean coming out of the pits.
And
But,
Johnny Antonucci as well.
But now, getting back to what we were talking about with the wheel glitch, essentially it's iRacing's version of, okay, you just effed your car up to the point where you've ripped the suspension off of it. And you see it mostly in the Indy cars and Formula One cars, and occasionally in the occasionally in the modified, but the modified, it's more
open wheel.
Right, but you don't see it in the solid axle cars.
No, you don't. You'll see it with the rear axle on those cars. Usually is where you get that glitch, which is very strange.
But because iRacing hasn't, I want to choose the words carefully here because
I get where you're coming from. Trust me.
It's not that they haven't figured out how to make wheels fall off the car yet, but it's that they know that it's going to take more processing power than most people.
Yellow.
As we're yellow again, I'm trying to track down
Dylan
what the
Moskowitz.
cause is. Oh, and Tony Rice is on his head coming out of turn 2.
That's the second time that kid's gone over tonight.
He looks like he was in front of David Llewellyn. He came down a little bit. David had a run. He came down. David was there. Into the wall he goes, and then over.
So I'm showing Tony right. Yep, Dave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dave had the run, and I don't think Tony knew he was coming, and he went, "Oh man, you want to defend, you're the car in front."
Right, but that's one of those reasons why we generally are telling the new guys, make sure you change your INI file to call the spotter. Like the stock iRacing call is 1/4 of a meter, which equates to like what, 3 feet? Or a meter? A meter is just over 3 feet. So you're talking about a foot, maybe less than a foot.
One thing I learned really quickly when running with these guys is you can let it go. If somebody gets down there and they've got a run, even if they're not to you yet, they're going to want buy-in. They're going to keep sweating you. And if you're on lap 50 of 230, let it go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're still...
I learned that quick.
Yeah, we're still way into this race. And let me just pull up that little tidbit of information.
Current leader now is Dominic Byrne. And I believe he is the only car to have stayed out?
Nope. Robert Hill Jr. stayed out, Jose Olivas stayed out, and Dylan Moskowitz stayed out.
There goes Jose again.
As Tyler Graff winning the battle off pit road, and Isaiah Dupree, Creighton Carter, Bob Lacavara, Cody Eldred, and David Gervais rounding out your top 10.
Here come all the lap cars into the pits. And there are... Oh my god, straight into the pit wall. Somebody just torpedoed it. That was Alex. That was a really hard hit. Don't know what happened there. He's out of the car again. He's disconnected. Did you see that hit?
About to... Ow.
Yeah, that was... He gunned it. Goodbye, cruel world.
I don't know what happened there. We're currently working laps... I'm sorry. Caution number 6. So still at 156 laps to go. Now, for those of you who are just joining us, you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. While you're here, though, we do ask that you go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And feel free to drop comments and whatnots wherever you... like, subscribe, and share. So thank you, George Gibbs, for reminding me of that one. And also, if you're interested in joining on track, we... let me just
would be happy to have you.
We would be happy to have you. Sorry, I'm doing about 13 things at once,
hey,
folks, so bear with me here.
Anyway, if you're interested in joining this action on the track, first of all, you need iRacing. If you have that, you're pretty much good to go. There's no entry fees, no flaming hoops, anything like that. They're going to start you out in the small cars, though.
Right, and that's exactly where I was going with that one. Go ahead and drop your your iRacing screen name. Now wait till after the stream is done so that we can catch it afterwards, because basically all the admins for the league are in the event right now. So go ahead and, when you're watching the replay, drop your screen name down in the comment section. We'll get you added to the Thursday night Pro Mazda Icebreaker series, brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com.
My personal favorite series, I will add. Love that car.
That is a very fun series. And a couple of things that are going to be happening. We will be going live on the 16th with Season 3 of the Pro Mazda Icebreaker series.
Ooh.
And a few new tracks added. I haven't seen the official schedule yet, but I do know that Pocono has been added. Homestead has been added.
That's going to be a fun one.
I believe Chicago and Vegas have also been added. Don't quote me on that, though.
That should be a lot of fun. I actually really look forward to that.
Yes.
Maybe I'll tag in a little bit on that this season as we get ready to go green again. Dominic Byrne and Robert Hill leading them down. Hill has really been leaving his mark on this series, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Like I said, podium is, I believe, second start with the league. Now, speaking of second starts, I did hear from a little birdie that a fellow racer that has run with us a couple of times, Mr. Black.
Might he be back?
He will be back with us. He actually made his second Monster Energy Cup start earlier today at Texas.
Awesome. How did he do?
Got caught in someone else's dumpster fire.
That sucks.
It was a tough break. They had a great run going too.
Hopefully he gets another shot at that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what a lot of drivers aspire to, and it's really cool that he's made it to that level.
Absolutely, and they will be. I believe this is going to be their last Cup start of this year. They're going to be
going for rookie next year.
They're focusing on Daytona.
Got it. As we're going to go 3 wide for the second position. Graf gets bounced around like a pinball. He's going to hold it down there. And Hill ends up coming out in the 3rd spot. That's going to hand second over to Isaiah Dupree with Dominic Byrne leading. And boy, they're just swapping them, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, if I was Creighton Carter right now, I'd kind of roll out of the throttle and just let these guys kill each other.
Yeah, it's getting aggressive up here at the front. Lap 83 of, I believe the number was 230?
230 laps, and we are working lap 83. But currently Team 3 Must Get Beers showing the way with the Irish Assassin Dominic Byrne taking it to him right now. Robert Hill Jr.
Boy, Hill took a look at him, didn't he?
He did, but, you know, with 22 and 20 laps on their respective tires, I mean, they're 10 laps older than the 3 cars around them.
These things have got to be handling really ill by this point, as we almost had a little bit of a wheel bump there between Hill and Graf. They got awfully close there going into turn number 1. I think maybe they're starting to settle down, but don't quote me on that. Yeah,
I'm not going to quote you on that one. But the thing is, you know, it's one of those deals where we know Robert Hill has a lot of tin top experience because he does run, I believe, a super late model in real life. Either that or it's a K&N car, and I'm not sure which one it is. As he looks to the inside of Dominic Byrne again. But what I was getting at is he does have tin top experience. So moving away from being able to have fenders that you can lean on somebody with, you know, it's a different mindset that you have to get into with an Indy car.
He's done an admirable job keeping it off other cars. He got awfully close to the Irish Assassin there, but they both came out of it okay. I was kind of holding my breath. I think I exclaimed kind of like a ooh there.
Yeah, but discretion being the better part of valor, I think he realized that we're still way early in this race.
We are. We really are. And this is when patience is going to pay off. Now that we're getting long green flag runs, we're going to see some green flag stops here pretty soon. So now is definitely time when you want to kind of just hold what you got.
Right. And, you know, you throw a blanket over these top 5, and then you're a second back to David Gervais.
Now, I would like to point out, whoa, we got one in the wall. That's Dylan Lucas off turn 2. He got together with Jose. He's got a car under him, And that car
Don't
goes
flag
into
it
the wall. I
out.
believe that's Lacavara. Yes.
Well, let's take a look to see what happened there.
Just looks like Jose came up off the bottom.
Yeah, and Bob absolutely nowhere to go. Just race car to the face. Just under tray right to the forehead.
Right to the nose.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, head on. To play directly to the forehead.
And
We need to put that on the bottom of these cars.
Actually, I'm being told that when the rallycross cars come out, that we will be able to paint the underside of those.
Hey, there you go.
So we are going to go... Where is Bob? There's Bob. We have a helmet cam on Bob.
Not anymore, we don't.
And that's what the... That was Dylan Lucas's butt.
Yeah. We just got a gratuitous butt shot. We're going to have to up the rating on this stream. That
yeah,
was
you can read the back of Dylan Lucas's... Ooh, who's upside down?
I think we had a secondary crash there.
Let's see who that was. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, because they're referring to some other things happening, but I don't... there was one spin going into 3, and that was Dylan going over on his head. Moskowitz.
Dylan Moskowitz catching one.
He was trying to squeeze through there with Tyler, and
okay.
they both went for it.
Let's see what took place here. There's the accident in front of him. Bob. Oh, yep, there it is.
It's just they happen to be at the same spot. That
Ooh.
sucked. Big head there.
Yeah.
Dylan Moskowitz on his head.
Yeah, we're seeing that now. And unfortunately, Dylan, you're upside down. It's not going to right itself. So
yeah,
let's see what the chopper picked up. But the good thing is, with all the carnage that we've seen tonight, we haven't gone clubbing. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, you've seen them earlier in earlier broadcasts where we've talked about the car breakdancing, and I've kind of started beatboxing. Luckily, knock on wood, we haven't seen that. I was going to say,
now that you've said it.
Get your hate mail coming, folks. It's P.O. Box 8675309. Glendale, California. And the zip code there is OU812. So, Jose Oliva staying out again.
Yeah, I was going to say, look who's leading.
Just got back on the lead lap. And...
now he's coming in.
18 laps on his stint. Looks like he is, now coming in. As it's Nate Dean behind him. So it's going to hand the lead of the race over to Creighton Carter, who won the race off of pit road. And tonight's Heartburn brought to you by McDougal's.
Hope that uncomfortable. So that's going to turn the lead over to Creighton Carter. Tyler Graff shakes out second. Dominic Byrne, Isaiah Dupree, and Robert Hill are going to round out the top 5 at current.
True story.
I should hope so, otherwise I'm going to lose my job.
But, so, let's see if he's still here. No, he has disconnected. Unfortunately, KP has gone. Alex Green is gone. Dylan Lucas just disconnecting. So apparently the three of them have used all their fast repairs. Ray Zerkett did not start, so he is going to be scored in the 25th position. Mark Carpenter, 77 laps down. Kevin Pasquich, 71 down. Alex Green, 27 down. Dylan Lucas, currently 5 down. Then Nate Dean, last car, still running in 20th. As the lights go out on the pace car getting ready to duck back in as they work their way through the 3-4 complex.
And we're trying to get to the point in the race where we're running out of cars to crash. So you're going to see folks without fast repairs really taking it easy from this point on. And I was expecting that we would reach this point later in the race, or perhaps not at all. But, you know, when you've got a couple hundred laps to go, I'm sure it's less than 200 now, but and you've got no fast repairs, it really starts making you think.
Very much so. And there it goes, Creighton Carter. We saw him do exactly what Isaiah Dupree was doing earlier. That pace car twitched, and he's gone.
That's one thing you can do on the outside. That pace car is going to pull off to the left, and you know it. So you can nail it and kind of catch the guy next to you asleep.
As we're watching Robert Hill Jr. in 5th work on Dominic Byrne in 4th currently, as the field's starting to get strung out a little bit. Here comes David Gervais to the inside.
Oh.
3 wide.
No. Here we go.
Osmer bombs it down in there, makes it stick, hopes it's going to stick.
Ooh.
Yep,
oh,
there
no.
it goes.
That
Saw
didn't work.
that one coming.
Gervais takes a hard hit, and unfortunately that also collects the rookie Robert Hill there, who is having a phenomenal run here at Iowa.
So we're going to the chase cam, and I kind of got to put that one on Gervais for not holding his line. He went down thinking that Osmer was going to have the clear, forgetting that Osmer's on the inside and he's got a lift.
And you know, when you end up 3 wide like that, you end up, if you look to one side, you hit the car on the other side. It's
right. Now
it's a tough situation to be in. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I would have done better. It's just, that couldn't quite hold his line there, and
now,
ended up paying for it. Unfortunately,
real quick, Layla, we're watching the chase cam of Gervais's car right now, and we're noticing that right rear tire is not moving. So
it is not.
Guess who's got the wheel glitch?
Yeah, he's also, his left front is up in the air. He may be done for the night, and he's had some really nasty wrecks.
Yeah, that might be his final fast repair.
The car's rocking. You see when he stopped and the weight shifted? Now that tire is spinning freely. He got a fastie, so he had one left, but the car's still rocking. Notice that on live?
We're not live yet because we're following him into the pits, so we can see it. There it goes, rocking.
It's still doing it when it's fixed. It's unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to continue.
Yep,
he's coming
there it
back
goes.
out on the track. I don't think he knows what to do with it.
No. And that is an unfortunate development.
Oh no! He just got into contact with
and
Robert
we had just
Hill
gone
coming out
live
of the
to see that.
Oh
Good grief.
man! Because it's not going to go straight, and it's not going to turn either. And I don't think he realizes what happened there.
Oh no, that's actually on Hill.
Oh.
Let's go to the chase cam on that one. That's actually on Hill. Hill tried to go around him on the high side and catches the apron, gets sideways, and just clunk. There it goes. But that may have been just enough contact to trigger Iracing to go, hey, we need to fix this now. So hopefully that's the case as Hill goes back into the pits.
He'll probably only lose 1 lap if that is the case, because the pace car's lights are still on. The pace car's over there in turn 3. If he speeds a little bit, sure, he'll get an EOL, but that might keep him on the lead lap. I hope he's got everything unchecked, because this is going to be tough.
Oh, let's see what happens here. Up on the jacks it goes.
Wheel's still spinning freely. I don't know if I like that.
Nope, it's still rocking. Yeah.
I think that's going to be it for him. And this is the same thing that happened at Texas for me. Lost 8 laps, you know.
Yeah.
And you may fix it eventually, but at that point, you're pretty much just running for points.
And that's all you can do at that point. You know, you just hit the nail right on the head. So, where are we here? So currently showing the way, Tyler Graff, Creighton Carter sitting in 2nd. So 2 members of Team NLR showing the way. How should I put this and not sound like a dick? Junior Motorsports to Hendrick Racing of NLR, Turn 3 Motorsports, are currently sitting in 3rd with Isaiah Dupree. So, and then Team 3 Musket Beers with Dominic Byrne in 4th. Evolution Racing's Ronnie Osmer in 5th. Pinnacle Motorsports, Mike Whitaker, defending DW12 Series champion. In 6, Scott Dick, Jose Olivas, Robert Hill Jr., and Cody Eldred running out your top 10. So, lights are out on the pace car. Field's starting to form up 2x2. And
So we're within 130 laps to go now because we're past lap 100.
and we only have 12 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that number may go down, not from accidents, just pit strategy and whatnot, especially if we get a lot of green flag laps in here. Curious if Tyler's going to get the kind of start that everybody else has been getting off the top here.
Yeah, he is.
And he does.
As Creighton Carter, asleep at the switch, almost gets run over by Isaiah Dupree.
That was almost a restart pile-up.
And that's going to let Ronnie Osmer get a run on the inside.
Other than that big dust-up earlier, Ronnie's had a pretty quiet day, kind of a Matt Kenseth type night where you're just, you hang around for a little bit, and by the end of the race, you're up at the front.
Okay, not where I thought you were going with that one.
No, I didn't mean the night where you tackle somebody between the trailers and your accent comes out.
Again, not where I thought you were going with that one. I was kind of thinking more along the lines of your team puts too many men over the pit wall, and yeah. As Dominic
got hard into Isaiah there. Oh, and big. Oh my goodness, that's a fatality. Gary Bauer is. Because remember, when you die in iRacing, you die in real life.
Hey now.
Oh,
God, yeah, just touched him and boom.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. That's probably one of the hardest hits I've seen in this league.
Let's watch that from Gary Bauer. And just blonk.
And it didn't roll back over on its wheels worse yet.
Well, it's spinning on the camera.
Well, that's 2 more cars out of contention now. They're both at the toe.
Right, and Nate Dean catching a piece of that one too.
Ooh, rough break for him. I haven't heard a lot from Nate Dean today. It's kind of just been minding his business like we were talking about earlier. Currently, he is sitting 3 laps down.
Keep an eye on Cody Eldred. Threading the needle
up there
twice. Cody threading the needle twice during that.
And Cody currently is sitting 10th. He's still on the lead lap, so he's had to fight for it, but he's still up there.
Well, here's the thing. Cody's actually just moved up because we've had a couple take it down pit side.
Yeah.
The Pinnacle Motorsports teammates, Whitaker and Lacavara, both going pit side. And currently, Johnny Antonucci, Bob Lacavara, Mike Whitaker, and Terry Adams, all running for Pinnacle Motorsports, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Well, they may be able to work together to kind of just ride in line and get up and pass cars as a group, which you can do on the bigger tracks. It's a little bit tougher to do on Iowa. In fact, pretty much everything is tougher to do at Iowa. It's harder to set someone up. It's harder to stay alongside someone. It's harder to use the outside groove. This is probably, I would say this is the toughest track on the circuit other than Watkins Glen.
You're not wrong, but you missed
No,
you missed the toughest track.
What's that, Richmond?
No, we don't run at Richmond.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee's tough.
We set a new record for number of cautions at Milwaukee.
One of the things about Milwaukee is that beyond being slightly asymmetrical, the place was built in 1902. There's not a straight line on that track. Even the straightaways are kind of funky. It's a very funky track. It's not very bumpy because there's basically no banking. So the little divots you get, mostly, they'll bounce you around a little bit, but they won't really screw you up too bad. But the fact that the corner, you can be running a perfect radius through the corner, and you'll probably hit one wall or the other.
Right, but let that sink in for a second. 1902. And for those of you who are IndyCar fans, you all know when the Indianapolis Motor Speedway opened its doors.
1911.
Right. Which means the Milwaukee Mile is the oldest continuous running, up until this past season, the oldest continuous running championship
Racetrack. It's the
right.
oldest operating until last season racetrack in the U.S., which the historical significance of that alone should be keeping the place open. But you know how NIMBYs are, and they're moving it all around the track.
Which reminds me, those of you who are from the semi-great state of New York, it's that time. So for those of you who remember what the Onondaga County commissioners and state people did to our beloved Syracuse Mile, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye.
Go over to Cuomo's house and egg it.
No. Actually, I got to give Cuomo credit because he did say that he would support Super Dirt Week as long as it stays in New York, and currently that money is going to Oswego County now instead of Onondaga County, because the race is at the Oswego Speedway. So,
which this year was pretty good.
It was amazing this year.
pretty solid.
I've never seen a dirt track that beautiful.
Yeah, that. Hey,
Green
maybe on
flag,
iRacing
green flag.
someday as we go green again. Dominic Byrne pulling the trigger really early, and that's going to leave Ronnie Osmer side by side with Robert Hill going into one. Hill relents. Osmer takes second. Whoa, we got a spinner turn two.
Yellow flag is out.
Looks like everybody missed him. Yes. And it looks like he pulled a bootlegger's 360 there because he's still rolling.
Creighton Carter, as we're following along here, almost goes 3 wide, just trying to get it. What the heck happened
Cold
there?
tires? Because this is the same thing we saw with KP lap 1.
No, watch out the attitude of that car.
Let's take a zoom in here.
That was a trans-tunnel glitch, and there was nobody around him.
Do you think it was him hitting the bump that initially upset the car? Because I know there's a tunnel there between turns 1 and 2, and it had a way of jacking the sprint car sideways. I don't know what it would do with something with this kind of downforce, but...
Well, let's...
Because he hits it, you see the car react to the bump.
Well, let's take a look at the chase cam, and we're watching the chase cam right now on the stream. There's the bump. And the back end of the car just gets sucked into the track.
Well, that was around the area where that Hand of God glitch happened, so we may be looking at a track surface error. It could be something to do with the tunnel. There's so many variables as to why things go wrong in iRacing. But all that aside, the job he does saving that race car after that...
Well, how about the job of everybody behind him?
And everybody missed him, yeah.
Yeah,
Can we have more like that?
Absolutely. The job of everybody behind him, you know.
Yeah, fantastic. Hats off to everybody there. That could have been really ugly, and everybody comes out of it unscathed.
Yeah, especially considering he restarted in the top 10.
Yeah, that... I saw him go around, and I'm like, this is going to be like lap 1, but just fantastic. And it's like I was saying, we're getting to that point in the race where everybody's like, well, I've really got to be safe. I've really got to back it down. And are you seeing damage on Dominic Byrne's car? I'm seeing that. I'm not sure if that is a thing.
Let's find out.
Look at his right front corner.
Oh,
he got hit by the lucky dog.
He got hit by the lucky dog?
Hard.
Who the heck was the lucky dog?
No, he didn't. The car just had damage after that. I can't figure out what's going on.
I'm not
Are you seeing damage on him?
I'm not seeing damage.
Yeah, I'm seeing him carrying his right front. Car's all screwed up.
We're talking about Dominic Byrne, the leader.
Yeah. I don't see any contact anywhere. But when he comes by, the thing looks all screwed up. I went back, I thought he got hit by the lucky dog. Nope, that didn't happen.
I'm not
He sent
seeing...
you a screenshot here. This is weird.
I'm not seeing any damage on his car. So yeah, Byrne, Osmer, Hill, Graff, Eldred staying out. Lacavara, Whitaker,
There's the
Vickery,
screenshot. Look
and
at that.
Dick staying out.
It looks so jacked up, but it's.
I
don't think it is
there
because
it is.
nothing tagged him.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be on your end.
I hope that's on my end because
I'm not seeing it on the stream, and he doesn't seem to.
it popped up when the lucky dog went by him, but they were nowhere near each other.
Yeah.
So, you know, this laptop and iRacing
the
don't really
wonderful
agree
world.
anyway.
Well, like I started to tell you during the pre-race, and those who were here during the first broadcast, I was back 2 weeks ago, or last Sunday, when we got down to South Carolina, we got to the hotel. I was struggling to get out. Mom's got one of those little SUVs.
Oh no.
And with my bad knee, I was struggling to get out of the passenger seat, and she was anxious to get into the hotel and get a shower and get cleaned up and get to bed because we had just driven 14 straight hours.
Yeah, that'll.
She wings the tailgate open, and I hear crunch as I'm finally able to get to my feet. I go, Mom, what was that? She goes, hey, what's in your black backpack? You mean my laptop bag?
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. If anybody wants to buy parts for a used Asus Republica Gamers laptop, let me know.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that damage. You can see it in the screenshot. I'm 99.9% sure that's entirely on my end because this car seems to be behaving fine. So, I don't know. Lucky Dog went by and the game went, whoa, those cars were within 10 feet of each other. He must be wrecked. It's been one of those nights.
Yeah, and I'm not live. All right, how about that?
That's okay. We're green. Dominic Byrne pulling the trigger. Ronnie Osmer is going to slip in second. Tyler Graff to third. Robert Hill fourth. Fifth place, Bob Lacavara. Sixth place, Cody Eldred. From there on back, we're too wide all the way down.
As we see Whitaker and Vickery going side by side. And they've got Scott Dick and Creighton Carter behind them.
Osmer's making a bid here coming out of turn number 2. Graff was under both of them coming towards turn 1, and wisely backed out of it, but he's definitely starting to get impatient, I would imagine, being second and third.
Well, as far as, the young gunners in the league go, Ronnie Osmer is one of those drivers who definitely has racecraft and knows when it's time to go and when it's time to not go. Tyler's one of those young gunners who go. Oh crap! I just crashed.
Yeah.
That's the way that it comes across with his driving style. Now there was a time where he did calm down a little bit, and it was helping his racing, and that's probably one of the reasons why he ended up being is currently our defending IR05 season champion. But I think trying to defend that championship and trying to win the DW12 championship this season, that's really getting into his head where it's I gotta go. It's.
Oh
as
wow! Speaking of going.
Yeah, that was. 2
inches from death.
Yeah, and to quote Bob Varsha, live and let slide job, but you don't want to do that in an IndyCar.
Dominic's already getting ready to take back that second spot, and I can guarantee you one guy's really happy about this, and that's Ronnie Osmer.
Oh, yeah, he's watching those guys just battle it out behind him, and, he knows he's got his teammate. Here's the thing. Tyler right now in the top 5 is a man on an island by himself, because you got Ronnie Osmer for Evolution Racing, Dominic Byrne for Team 3 Musket Beers, Tyler Graff for Team NLR. Then you've got Robert Hill Jr. for Evolution Racing and Cody Eldred for Team 3 Musket Beers.
It looks like Dominic got a little out of shape there coming off 2. He may lose 2 spots because that's Hill after him. He's got the wall down the front stretch. If he didn't hit it, he should have. And around goes Tyler Graff.
What on earth happened there? That looked like it may have been some netcode because it looked like there was daylight between those cars.
Yeah, Dominic's saying the same thing over the radio right now. There was no contact there that I saw. There might have been in a couple more feet, but they
You
didn't
could have
touch.
you could have fit the tub of one of these cars between those two. We're gonna watch that at half speed now in the
Did
stream.
Dominic get the wall there coming down the front
Um,
straightaway?
I don't know. We'll take a look at that. But there's a ton of daylight
Yeah, there's got to be a good 2-3 feet in there, right?
easily.
Big hits. That hurts.
So here we are coming through the 3-4 complex. We're watching Dominic gets. No, he did not get into the wall. Another coat of paint, he would have.
Boy, I mean, he disappeared up under the wall from where my camera's sitting on top of the booth, and I was like, huh, where's he going? There's an incredible job not hitting the wall there.
Wow.
Well, we got one spinning on the pit road there. That was Robert Hill. He came out of the pits, and it just he came out of his box, rather. It just kind of spun.
Well, then let's watch that because we're on the replay right now as he's going out of pits right here. Cody Eldred spinning it too.
Yeah, Eldred, wow. Boy, this has not been a good day for cold tires. But that's
What
that's one of
happened
those
to
things you gotta
Code?
watch out for is cold tires.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
happen.
Robert Hill Jr. just steps on the gas coming out of his pit stall, and around she went. Cody Eldred, we're watching him coming out of pit road, cracks the throttle, and just misses the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to back that up on Hill Jr. because he actually did it coming out of his stall.
Yeah, he mashed it and it just went, nah, I'm gonna go this way. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go straight.
And it looks like that car is rocking.
That's not good.
And I don't know what he hit.
You got me.
And is that
Then
a
again,
Jack
I mean,
Skellington helmet?
You might also be seeing phantom damage like I did earlier when I was like, yeah, it looks like Dominic's car is destroyed even though it wasn't.
Yeah.
Definitely a night for glitches.
True story. And getting back to the whole track glitch thing that we were talking about in turns 1 and 2, we were seeing similar things, just weird anomalies happening at Thompson in the Pro Mazdas
Yes.
last season, where
And
the cars
that's
would.
probably the bumpiest track on the service.
Well, the thing is, I've never seen a car a downforce car high side,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw a handful of times at Thompson. Like, wait, what? It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's, I mean, especially the speeds that these cars are going when they hit that tunnel bump, right where the pace car is passing right now, there's a little bump there, and you can't really see it under caution, but you'll see it under green. It's more pronounced on the bottom, perhaps something to do with the speeds. Maybe the track wasn't quite ready to process that. And it's kind of one of those little foibles, like Myrtle Beach with its magnetic walls and stuff like that. When you make a simulator this complicated, there are going to be bugs, and unfortunately they bite hard.
Right, and when you're running cars that normally don't see action on a lot of tracks that we've been known to put these cars on, for example, Indy cars were never designed to go to Daytona, Talladega.
Yeah. Or Daytona 07 for that matter.
Well, that's the thing is we're going to be at Talladega starting Tuesday. So if you've never seen an Indy car bump draft before, you need to join us for Tuesday's broadcast.
Yeah, I implore all of you watching to check out Tuesday. That race is going to be absolute insanity. And
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that tomorrow night's Tin Top broadcast goes very smoothly because your dirt track series, the You Suck Sprint cars, are going to be at my personal favorite dirt track of all time, Williams Grove.
Which is? Yeah, I'm going to suck there.
Wow. So Creighton Carter choosing the outside line again. Ronnie Osmer running the Star Wars helmet tonight.
Cody Eldred's all the way up to 4th now.
I see that.
Green flag.
Started- Eldred and Burns starting side by side, so the teammates looking to work together there.
Well, Robert Hill's going to split them up. He just slipped in between them, took 4th away as they came out of turn 2.
Well, Robert looking to work with his teammate, Ronnie Osmer, as we got Whitaker and Lacavara working together in 6th and 7th. So the
now
teammates
we're
are
starting
starting
to see
to...
the teams come out.
Yeah, the teammates are starting to find each other, and don't count out Johnny Antonucci, who's another part of the Pinnacle Motorsports team with Whitaker and Lacavara currently running in 9th.
For the lead, here comes Ronnie. He really dove it in there in 3. I didn't think it was going to stick. He managed to keep it down there and stay side by side going down the straightaway. Goes over the tunnel bump there. Car seems to be handling it pretty well. Creighton's not giving up, though.
Well,
And again,
Creighton's,
as I say that, he gives up.
well, the thing is, Creighton's not going to have much choice.
Is he
simply-
running out of fuel?
He's 22 laps into his tire stint.
Ooh. Yeah, that...
He's used up all the goodie on those tires.
Mm-hmm.
As Byrne and Osmer both get by him.
Big pack of cars behind them, mostly single file all the way down. As I say that, they go too wide. So I'm trying to see who's in the lucky dog position right now. That'd be Isaiah Dupree in the 93, and he's up there in that second pack, pretty close to the front. He might be trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. I mean, technically, if he did that and then there was a caution, he would also be lucky dog, and that would put him on the lead lap because he's down 2 right now.
True
So
story.
He's got to go for it. You know, he's not got a whole lot to lose. He's got some to lose, but not a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get under Hill here going in 3. Hill kind of moves over, lets him go. And he's going to now tow along Cody Eldred in the Land Before Time car.
You do realize that the first time Cody ran that car, like, dude, what is that on your engine bay? And I'm not sure if you heard that broadcast or not, but yeah, that
I missed that one.
one of the best post-race interviews ever. And the actual reason why we have a PG-13 rating on our stream.
All right. I thought it was because we saw Butt earlier. Those are
No.
pretty risque.
No, it was...
Just ask YouTube. Everything's risque.
Yeah. So, Dominic Byrne flirting with the wall again.
He is really using every inch of this track trying to get any advantage he can to get up there with Ronnie Osmer. I was keeping an eye back on that second pack when that happened, but it looks like I might need to start watching towards the front again.
Well, I was watching only because Byrne and Dupree were... Or, not Dupree, Carter were going at it.
Mm-hmm.
As,
Car on the wall, turn 2. Trying to see who it
Nate
is.
Dean.
That is Nate Dean. Oh, he is in the wall. Comes back down on his wheels. Doesn't seem to be under power. Alright, it gets it refired. It's not driving straight.
I believe the skateboarders called it a 50-50 truck grind.
He definitely did that. He definitely did that. Looks like a little bounding box error, perhaps, between him and Gary Bauer. And it just... He's bicycling, next thing I know.
Maybe? Let's see what happened here. As they haul off into turn number 1.
I don't even know if it was bounding. I see the car jerk a little bit when they get about 10 feet from each other, like they had hit, even though they obviously didn't. And then, whoop.
Well, here we are on the replay with the chase cam on Nate Dean. Hauling off into turn 1. No, he turned the wheel.
Ah, okay.
You watch his front wheels. We're gonna go watch that at half speed. That was all on Dean.
He probably looked to his left, realized how close he was to Gary, and twitched it.
Right.
That's something that, you know, it just happens. You look over
And
and be, oh
there
my
go the
God, you know,
wheels.
'cause you don't want to hit somebody, and then off you go.
yeah, he instead of just unwinding the wheel a little bit, he actually jerked his hands, and you can see the wheels twitch to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that's a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment.
And it's hard to twitch like that when you're that close to the wall, too. There's no room to catch it. There's no room to be forgiven.
And that's going to hand the lead of the race over to...
Well, it did, but now he's pitting.
and now he's pitting, but that did hand the lead of the race over to Cody Eldred.
So now it goes to Tyler? Nope.
No, it's going to go to
It still shows
Ronnie.
Cody leading, but it should go to Ronnie.
It's going to go to Ronnie. Just took over the lead as he crossed the stripe.
And I will note Isaiah Dupree is back to being 1 lap down now. So one more wave around or one more lucky dog, and he's off to the races again.
Actually, I'm showing. Yep, there it is. Yeah, he is 1 lap down. You're right. You are correct. So
There's a lot going on in this race. It's not
very
only
much
been
so.
a race of attrition, but just kind of a race of survival. And I know that sounds like attrition, but I'm more attributing it to backing off, being chill, and not crashing into wrecks at 230 miles an hour. These are all things that help you win races.
Right. Now, we're currently working caution number 12.
Going for the record?
No, we're nowhere near the record.
What is the record, just out of curiosity?
23.
Holy. Wow.
Would you like to take a guess which track?
Milwaukee.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that was a painful race to broadcast.
Yeah. That sounds like a headache.
It was, and it wasn't just driver error. There was a lot that I'm thinking I'm not going to throw it on the setup, but there were some things that I saw in the setup that I would have done differently, but that's just me coming from a short track side of things.
Mm-hmm. And it is a track where you really have to depend on mechanical grip as much as aero grip because it's flat.
Right.
You know, there's no banking. The air does play a very big role, don't get me wrong, but
well, the biggest thing I saw was
than in Iowa.
The ride heights were wrong. So you were not using any of the under tray at all.
That'll definitely do the trick. As here come our wave runs. That's actually going to put Dylan Moskowitz on the lead lap now. So that'll be one more.
Right. And for those of you just joining us, you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. Can you tell I've said that at least 3 times a race for 2 times a week for the last year? And I do thank Bill Roberts for sponsoring the league.
And he stuck with us. I really appreciate that.
We did just receive word that he has picked the league up for the entire
what's
entire
going
18
on with the front
season.
row?
Green.
3 wide? Indy?
They were starting to. Apparently, Mike Whitaker was just trying to stay off of Creighton Carter as Ronnie Osmer held the field back.
He really did.
And he waited until the green. Carter wanted to go.
And that shuffled a few people.
And
Bob Lacavara shuffled way back.
What I'm thinking is Whitaker was used to watching the leader take the outside line and realized Osmer was the leader, not Carter.
Oh,
so he was getting ready to time it off of Carter, and Carter couldn't go until Osmer went. So I'm good on everybody for checking up on that. Scott Dick makes a bonsai move down to the inside.
They were 3 wide in the back.
And there's about to be 3 wide again.
I was watching Dylan Moskowitz here because he's at the tail end of the lead lap, but he really had to back out of it and make some evasive maneuvers. Just wild stuff going on back here, and he's trying to stay on the lead lap, and that's got to be tough when you're back there. All these guys are fighting for the lucky dog position. You're just like, hey, lead lap car, can I get through and go play with my friends? And they're like, no.
Yeah. But
I mean, they got a race to run too, you know, so it's tough.
Well, Robert Hill Jr., Creighton Carter, and Scott Dick are going at it tooth and nail as they have reeled in Ronnie Osmer.
They're coming up on a lone wolf ahead. That's Tyler Vickery. who's currently sitting in the 11th position, last car in the lead lap. I thought I saw some smoke off turn 2 earlier. That might have been him. Maybe he went around and caught it. But he is in deep trouble now. Very big risk of losing a lap.
Well, he's 10 miles an hour off the pace.
Whoa, the leader's just touched.
Well,
Frieden and Ronnie there.
Osmer threw the block. Carter tried to get to his inside. Osmer threw the block. And Carter had to let him go because the apron's a no-go area. And these drivers all know this. And that could have ended 8 different kinds of poorly.
I think we're going to see the wick get turned up a little bit now, because that kind of thing for both drivers is it's gonna ruffle them a little bit. You really have to keep a cool head, but it's difficult when you feel you've been done dirty, and I'm sure they both feel that way about the other driver. You drive differently, and you're probably going to see a lot of differently all over the turn 1 wall here in a couple laps.
Well, Carter trying to find a place to make a run. Yeah, he's making more lane changes than a New York City cabbie in rush hour.
He's swinging in from the top, and I've seen a few drivers doing this in turn 1. You can really let the banking carry you down and get a heck of a run as he comes to the outside of Osmer. Osmer's not really able to do much to him there.
Well, Osmer had to pinch it off. Osmer had to pinch it off coming off of 4. He pinched Osmer down coming off of 4.
Yeah. I think that might have been a little bit of retaliation there.
I was going to say retribution.
As we're 3 wide down the front stretch.
Scott Dick wisely backing out of it.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty smart here. He knows, hey, we've got some guys upset up here. You know, emotions are running high. We're pretty far into this race now. Maybe I'll just let them do their thing.
And I think Osmer may have just whooped his tires.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's a little off pace. He can probably slip in there either in front of Robert or behind the 9 and see if he can log some laps in the draft, but he may not have the horsepower at the moment needed to get back up front.
Well, it looks like his teammate's going to let him in as Robert Hill Jr. kind of burped out of it to give Ronnie a hole, and that let Mike Whitaker slip through for 5th.
So they still haven't quite caught Tyler yet. He is up to speed now. He's running 191 as they go off into turn 1, and 191 for Creighton Carter as well, your leader. So I think he's probably not going to be as much of a hazard as I thought when they caught him, just simply based on speed.
Because Osmer is all over the transmission tunnel of Scott Dick right now.
Yeah, he wanted that bad, and unfortunately he got a little out of shape there. You'll see Whitaker up there on the top side trying to take that spot away, and he does coming out of 4.
And the smoothness of Whitaker, that's one of the big reasons why Whitaker is our defending DW12 Series champion. And one of the biggest reasons why, when Bill Roberts was looking to form a team for the ISL, Whitaker was one of the first names chosen for that team.
And he's done a fantastic job today. We've seen him a little bit, but he's been pretty quiet. And these are the drivers that you'll see at the front of the race at the end. And I know I harp on that a lot, but it really does work. As Osmer may have caught the wall off turn 4. If he didn't, he really had to back out of it. You may be head on about those tires because it's looking rough out there for Ronnie right now.
Well, these guys are closing in on, it doesn't look like there's any damage as we go into turn number 1. Yeah, there's no damage on that car on my screen anyways.
And Tyler Vickery has lost a lap now, so he'll be in the lucky dog position. He slots in behind your leader, but in front of second place Dominic Byrne.
As we see him there in the
Apple car.
I wasn't going to actually say what it was.
The rainbow car, the pride car.
No. They who shall not be named.
Apple?
Yeah.
Looks like Dylan Moskowitz, he has made his pit stop and he's back out. So we're starting to see lead lap cars make pit stops here.
Well, we are 27 laps into the current stint. and most of the cars did pit under that last caution. So
let's go see how Jose's doing, because now I'm curious. Oh, damn it. Every time we mention pitting, I'm like, I want to see his strategy. I keep forgetting he's no longer in the race.
yeah, unfortunately, Jose did use his last fast repair.
Yeah, that'll do the trick. Whoa, out of turn 4.
That
if
time,
Tyler, he had to hit it, right?
yeah,
'Cause I
he
heard a crunch.
yeah, he caught the wall. You can see the damage on the right side of that car.
That's unfortunate for him. He's just trying to hold on to that lucky dog spot right now, getting freight trained by the lead lap cars. He's got to find a place to get in line, and that place has got to be ahead of, it's like Isaiah Dupree is the other car 1 lap down, so he's got to hope that he can...
And Creighton Carter's going pit side.
Yes, he is, so let's see where he comes out now. Keep an eye on him here as he works his way down pit road.
Whitaker working the outside of Scott Dick right now. This is your battle for second. Whitaker able to keep it really wound up on the high side. Dick giving him plenty of room. That's the reason why we call Mike Whitaker the world's fastest hippie.
Some solid driving there.
Very much so. And Whitaker's not afraid to put it out on that second lane. And this is really one of the tracks that, as long as he can stay out of trouble, knock on wood, this track's going to play into his hands, especially if we stay green, because that second line does start to come in later into the tire step.
And I was just going to comment on that, as we have a little trouble coming out of 4. Everybody manages to hold on, but we do have a blinker in there. Trying to see who it is. It's
Isaiah Dupree.
Isaiah. Poor guy. It looks like it just started, too, as Cody Eldred comes pit side. Johnny Antonucci coming pit side. Lots of cars pitting now. Ronnie Osmer coming pit side. David Travis, Scott Dick, all coming pit side. We got one in the wall on the front stretch. That was Gary Bauer. We're still green, though, as he pulls off the track and manages to get out of the way. Didn't see what happened. I'm going to go take a look at that real quick. Survey says made some contact with the 44 of Nate Dean as they're coming out of 4. And kissed the wall there, spun it around, got going again. But
oh, yeah.
A lot of time.
Just a light kiss on the wall. It doesn't look like it screwed up the suspension too much. Bodywork's a little tweaked, but
yeah,
that Kardashian's caved right in.
So am I correct in that Dominic has not pitted yet?
Dominic just went pit side.
Gotcha. Okay, so...
So that hands the lead of the race over to Creighton Carter.
Oh, that is a full cycle then, because he was...
That is the full cycle. And
hey, we did it. We had green flag pit stops. I knew it would happen.
Yay!
And the crowd goes wild. And we're yellow. And we got one around in turn 2. I'm trying to... that was not the cause of the caution.
Well, that's Scott Dick there.
Turn 4, yeah, Scott Dick. And who's this next to him? David Gervais. David's had a rough night. He's been involved in a lot of wrecks.
Looks like cold tires caught Scott.
I see David, he spins on the apron. I think he was trying to pit in. The car spun. He ends up on the banking, holds the brakes down, and then Scott just spins in there. I don't even know if they...
That's exactly what it was. Scott was trying to avoid David.
Oh, it looks like Scott was trying to take it pit side, too. Or no, he was coming out, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was just coming out. David just caught the apron, so... Yeah, put that one on the rookie.
So that was a full cycle, but I noticed there were only 5 cars on the lead lap when that caution flew, and they're still showing 5 cars on the lead lap. Right now, 6th place looks to be, I believe, that is Bob Lacavara. He should be waived back on due to being lucky dog, and now we're seeing a few more pop up on the lead lap. Now we're down to 7th.
Well, that's because of, the whole,
where the pace car is and when the caution came out.
Right.
All that fun stuff.
So it looks like
So
we're going
we've
to
got
have
some sorting
10.
to do here.
Wow, I'm watching. Are you seeing Scott Dick's car drive sideways?
Let's go find Scott Dick. Oh, he's dog tracking. Looks like my dog chasing after a squirrel, just kind of jacked off to one side. Hopefully he doesn't get the wheel glitch. I see him carrying the left front a little bit. The car's bouncing in ways
Yeah,
it should bounce.
I'm kind of seeing that too, and I'm thinking that
Dave
that's...
Gervais is also just taking it behind the wall. I believe he used up all of his fasties for the night.
So, Creighton Carter going back pit side.
Interesting. You think he's trying to take a little extra fuel to kind of stretch it just a little bit further?
Well, we're 47 laps to go.
Mm-hmm.
We have not seen the money stop yet.
No, we have not. And I mean, there's two ways you can go about this. You can stretch it or you can short pit. And a lot of guys might be trying to short pit. He may be trying to stretch it.
You're not stretching at 47 laps.
Well, no, I don't mean all 47, but he may be trying to stretch it so he can pit a little bit later than everyone else.
Right, but the question is, when he goes to pit, is he going to need to take tires?
That is a good question, because these things wear out here. There's a lot of energy on these tires, and a tire can only take so much. You know, doing 190 around a 7/8 mile track is rough on tires.
Right. That's the point right there. So
Scott Dick is in the pit road now, by the way.
Right.
He did have a fastie left, but the wheels are not touching the ground, and I don't think they're gonna. Well, now it looks like all four are turning. Fingers crossed, because he was a lead lap car, as I recall, or he was close to it. Currently shown one lap down in the 11th position. Currently 8 cars on the lead lap, too.
Now, are you seeing damage on the rear wing of Dominic Byrne?
See, his car is haunted. That's what's going on here. Let me take a look. Yes, I do see that.
Okay. I was wondering if that was just me, or...
Let me rewind back and see when it appears. It's been there quite a while, it looks like. This is interesting in that
apparently when Tyler Vickery caught the wall in front of him, I thought I saw Dominic graze the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I was seeing things. Apparently I wasn't. As the wave arounds go, lights go out on the pace car. And Osmer, Whitaker...
Dominic is getting that fixed now.
Okay. So it's going to be Osmer, Whitaker, Eldred, Carter, Hill, Lacavara, Dupree, Antonucci, the last car on the lead lap, Tyler Vickery, and Scott Dick rounding out your top 10.
Very interested to see how Dominic handles this. Hopefully he didn't get black flag. I believe he was already N1, so he shouldn't get the phantom black flag for closed pits. But he's going to be at the back here. He's been up front all night, and it's really got to be frustrating to be buried like that.
Now let me ask you another question. If you've got your trading paints up, does it look like Mike Whitaker has a Ms. Pac-Man in front of his left rear tire?
Oh, let's take a look. Yeah, she's on acid.
Thank you. I thought that looked like a Ms. Pac-Man. As
We
Whitaker...
got a wiggler out of turn 2. That was Cody Eldred. I don't know how he held on to that.
Pure talent. As Osmer getting a great jump over half a second to the good right now over Creighton Carter, who's fighting with Mike Whitaker. And Robert Hill Jr. now under attack from Cody Eldred. We are now 42 to go.
And the cream is definitely rising to the top. I mean, look at this top 10 right here. It is stacked.
Oh, absolutely. You got Ronnie Osmer, who came into the league too late last season to qualify for the chase, but definitely sent a message last season that he was here to stay. Creighton Carter, who didn't run a full season last season. Mike Whitaker, your defending DW12 Series champion. Cody Eldred, your inaugural ISL champion, David Llewellyn, who is still a lap down, but still running with these guys, who has made every chase. Eldred and Llewellyn have made every chase that the ISL has held.
Off turn 4. That's Nate Dean going around. He got kind of sideways, ended up in a Pac-Man situation, you know, 2 faster cars trying to pass you, and he just got rear-ended. It looked like Scott Dick tried to miss him and just couldn't. The closing rate was way too great there.
Tag, you're it.
Yep. Round we go.
As we're going to go to the chopper and see what they picked up there.
I don't know if they touched. That might be bounding box.
Ooh. Hey, you know, we're going to go to the chase cam on that one and see, because it didn't look like they touched from the chopper.
I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing a near miss.
I'm thinking you may be right on that being bounding box.
Because it looks like he
we're at
just
half speed.
barely missed him.
We're at half speed on the stream right now, and off they go into turn number 3, and the car starts to push up. He's got to let off to stay off of the 64. Yeah, that was bounding box. So
that's an unfortunate break for both drivers there. I didn't see much damage though. Nate's a little scuffed.
Well, his right rear Kardashian is just caved right in.
Hopefully they can knock that out without him having to burn a fastie.
I think he's out of fasties.
Ooh.
You only get 3 of them, and I think he's already burned them.
It's been a rough night, folks. If anybody's just joining us, we've seen cars upside down. We've seen cars embedded in the wall. We've seen a car launch over the fence at 1,000 miles an hour. We've seen a lot of really strange things tonight. I don't know if it's a full moon. I don't know what's going on, but it has been a very, very rough night on these drivers.
So Ronnie Osmer winning the battle off pit road. We are inside the window of possibility right now.
Window of Possibility is my new psychedelic band.
Okay. So let me guess, Terry Adams on lead guitar?
Yes.
Okay.
And Mike Whitaker's our frontman.
And Dominic Byrne on bass?
Yes. I like where this is going. We're going to make this happen.
And Sam Cooper Bennett on drums.
There you go.
So there's the band. But no, they are within the possibility of being able to make it from here.
The question is anyone going to dive for it? And I would assume so. I see there are a few lap down cars ahead of the leader, so somebody must have dove.
Very much so. Well, Ronnie won the battle off pit road.
We did, okay. So these guys just didn't pit. All right. Then everybody dove in that case.
Yeah, Scott Dick did not go pit side.
Scott Dick is the only one, okay.
Tyler Vickery did not go pit side. David Llewellyn did not go pit side. As Tyler Graff ducks into the pits now, hoping that this strategy is going to play to his benefit if we stay green. And that's a big ask right now. As it looks like Tyler Vickery teammates checking for damage on each other.
Yeah, and that's one really useful thing about having a teammate here. You can go, hey, can you get up beside me and, like, is my car messed up? If so, how bad is it? It's really good to have that wingman there to tell you, hey, it's okay, or, well, you might be having a bad day.
Yeah. So, looks like lights go out on the pace car, wave-arounds go around. We are going to go back to that little beauty.
So that's going to put Tyler on the lead lap, and Dylan, I believe, will still be one lap down. Scott who will also be coming back on the lead lap. And Llewellyn's going to be 1 lap down as well. So a few drivers kind of cycling, a couple getting up on the lead lap, a couple more getting into 1 lap down.
And Tyler Graff taking it back pit side again.
Oh, he might be trying to do fuel because he's currently 1 lap down. He's going to have to hurry. The pace car is entering turn 3. The lights are out. Everybody's bunched up. We're getting ready to go. Let me keep an eye on him here. Is that Tyler you said that pulled in there?
Tyler Graff.
Yeah, he's just now catching the back of the field. He's going to cold trickle it here as we're green off of turn 4.
Green.
Ronnie Osmer pulls the trigger early. He's going to get down to the bottom here. So we head into turn 1. And behind him, it's anybody's guess.
And it looks like his teammate, Robert Hill Jr., going with him.
Yeah, he's making that bottom work right now. Creighton's going to try and pull up to the top. I thought he was going to get him behind him for a second, but there was just no room there as Isaiah Dupree makes his way up.
Oh, this has bad intentions written all over it.
Right?
Isaiah Dupree is known to have 0 patience, and there it goes.
Wow, what a job by Hill. Not only not getting crashed there, but not crashing anyone else. I don't know how he did that, but that was incredible car control.
Well, I got to put it on Mike Whitaker for seeing it coming and backing out of it.
One must finish first.
True story.
So after all that, it looks like things are settling down minutely.
Well, ever so slightly, as Hill is now battling with Johnny Antonucci. That's your battle for 5th. So
but Johnny really dove it in there, and he's just going to take that spot straight away.
The
center.
As Whitaker, another coat of paint on the wall, and Mike Whitaker would have been in trouble.
Yeah, you have another one of those 50-50 truck grinders.
You're not wrong.
I know skateboard stuff. I want to be one of the cool kids, too.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't your...
Amarillo.
Come on.
And it's David Llewellyn missing the nose cone.
That car is not sitting at the right attitude either.
On the apron.
What? No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't?
Let's back that up a little bit.
Yeah, he didn't. Wow. And it just hammers the wall to the left side. You're definitely right about the attitude of that car when it came off the wall. It's everything's pointing to the right.
That's what older tires will do when you try to pinch it down like that. He was on the inside of Nate Dean. And older tires and being that low on the track, just not the best combination to have.
Yeah, I mean, these tires at this track do take a beating, and they pay you back for it. They go, hey, you abused me, I'm going to abuse you now.
And Creighton Carter...
A lot of people coming pit side.
Ooh! Ronnie Osmer getting hung out to dry.
Now, what I'm curious about, that was not a terribly long green flag run. Do you think the tires are up to it?
The tires are up to it. The thing is, I'm thinking everybody's thinking fuel right now.
Yeah. If Ronnie's
they know they can make it from here.
He might be able to make it. He's really going to have to play this smart because it sounded like the window had just opened when the last caution came out, and it would take a lot of strategizing there. He might be thinking, hey, it's a caution, I can clutch it in, I can stay in 6th gear, and I'm not going to have to pit.
Well, we're going to see what's going to happen. I've seen stranger things take place.
It's a pretty good show.
We saw 42 laps earlier out of, I think it was Jose.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible. Probable?
Yeah.
That's a different story, but it is possible that he could make it from here. The question is, Dominic Byrne's staying out as well.
Oh, okay, so we've got 2 gamblers.
Yeah, but the thing is, Osmer's at 12 laps into a stint. Dominic Byrne's only 11 in.
Right.
And Dylan Moskowitz, being the big gambler, at 24.
Now, he did just get the lucky dog, so my guess is if he's going to pit, he will be probably this time by because he's caught back up to the field.
Did I just see the lights go out on the pace car?
Are they? We having a Texas moment?
No.
Okay, good. They're still on. That was weird. Yeah, speaking of glitches, that was weird.
Yeah. So Osmer, Byrne, Creighton Carter winning the battle off pit road. Isaiah Dupree, Cody Eldred, Robert Hill Jr., Scott Dick, Johnny Antonucci, Mike Whitaker, and Dylan Moskowitz rounding out your top 10.
And indeed, Dylan did pull it into the pits this time for fuel and tires.
Okay,
So.
As did Tyler Graff again.
Yeah, I think Tyler's doing the old double pit, which is something you'll see a lot of the guys do. They'll come in on the last lap before green and top off, just to have just that much more fuel. You might only get another half lap, but anything helps.
Well, hopefully, you know, these guys have made their money stops.
And a concern about double pitting like that this late in the race, as Dylan Moskowitz is really starting to blink there. You're going to be coming up on the back of the field. All the lap cars are going to be back there. They're all trying to get organized, and you have to get through it to get to the front. So, yeah, you got fuel and tires, but, you know, that you may get bitten by traffic.
Right, and the thing is, you know, because you have to go through traffic to get to the front, you're most likely to wear all the goodie off your tires, you know. And for those of you who are wondering what I mean by that, it's something I heard Richard Petty say when I was a kid, where he was talking about, you know, where the tires are at their optimum. You know, there's cold, optimum temperature, optimum, you know, grip. The tires are perfect. You feel like Superman. And then all of a sudden, you know, you go past that point, the tires start to wear, and
then you're Aquaman.
and then you're Aquaman in a frozen pond.
Oh, nice.
So Osmer electing to take the outside line this time.
And that could be that thing with the pace car again, where you can really nail it because he's out of your way.
Well, let's see what happens here. And Osmer holds him back.
Down. Yeah.
Green flag.
Gets everybody to check up and then pulls the trigger as Dominic Byrne and Isaiah Dupree go side by side into turn number 1.
I don't even think Isaiah was ready for that, and he was right behind Ronnie. Ronnie was like, okay, we're gone.
Well, I'm thinking Ronnie may have been driving with his mirrors too, because Isaiah was creeping, and all of a sudden you could see the front of Isaiah's car dip down, and that's when Ronnie pulled the trigger.
Yep. And that's kind of what you have to do on a restart at a place like this where passing is hard. If you really need to be up front, then that's what you have to do.
Oh, hang on to her, kids.
Goodness.
Another coat of paint on those cars and we would have been in trouble. And that's going to let Creighton Carter go by for third. So now Dominic Byrne working with his teammate Cody Eldred. Yeah, exactly.
You've seen people flipping.
That's the one thing I kind of miss on Indy cars is, you remember back in the 80s when they had those
Can we bring
discs?
those?
The discs?
I want an Indy Super Speedway League of 80s Indy cars. It'd be fun.
You're not wrong.
Scan the one with the school bus motor.
The school bus motor?
Dupree takes over the lead.
Wait. Back up. Back up. School bus motor?
Yeah, there's a guy, gosh, I can't remember his name now. This was late 80s, early 90s. Got a junkyard school bus motor and ran Indy with it in Maiden Field.
I remember that now. Yes, thank you. He was driving a Buick Kudzu.
Yes.
As Dupree and Carter now working on Osmer. Fresh tires working out for them right now. Osmer's probably willing to go into fuel save mode.
Yeah, if he can get behind these guys and kind of suck up on the draft, he should be able to put it in 6th gear and kind of just chill out for a few laps.
Carter running a... I don't think this is over yet. Those two are still going at it from that earlier thing.
Oh, that's right. They had... Uh-oh, 3 wide. Scott Dick under Dominic Byrne, and everybody survived.
Not yet. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Wow.
A little bit of wing damage on Cody Eldred, but able to keep it straight.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's still a little bit of something going on from earlier. So that's definitely something I want to keep an eye on as the laps wind down. If
And-
anybody's still upset, it's going to come out.
Well, don't forget, too, that, post-race contact is still discouraged.
Yes.
As I believe you
I
received a
found
warning
that out
on.
the hard way.
Yeah, I was gonna say you received a warning on that earlier in the season
I
for
did.
trying to
It was just
Pocono.
Jake's.
It was Pocono. That's what
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was Pokemon. It was just Jake. Nobody cares.
Wow. But Isaiah Dupree showing the way right now that the battle for the top three, throw a blanket over him, and you're over a second back to fourth place Scott Dick right now. As we are 11 to go currently.
I think we've kind of developed down to a 3-car race here at the end, unless something really drastic happens with any of the lap traffic up ahead. It's going to come down to Dupree, Carter, and Osmer. And it's kind of poetic that Osmer and Carter end up here at the front battling for the lead after what happened earlier.
Well, here's the thing, though. Carter's been known to try some wild things coming to the finishes. He's gotten, caught the ire of the competition committee post-race a couple of times for doing some questionable acts coming to the checkers, as we're 9 to go currently. And these guys are currently gapping Scott Dick.
They're coming up on David Llewellyn, the lap car here now. He is up the pace. They may not catch him before the end, but that's another factor just to think about there. He could end up towing Isaiah up to him. Right,
but the question is what's going to happen with the other two cars in shot right now.
Right.
Is Creighton going to do anything crazy to try to punch his ticket? Is Ronnie going to, do something bizarre to...
Ronnie might be in the best spot right now, honestly.
Well, the thing is, that would be... Ronnie Osmer would sweep the week if he could pull this off.
Well, he's doing what he needs to do right now. He could get up there and mix it up, or he could just wait for those two to wreck. And I think right now we're seeing a bit of ladder. He kind of got way wide there coming out of the 4, and I think his tires are definitely starting to show their age as well.
Arrow push.
Yeah.
He was sucked up behind Creighton Carter for so long. He's got that dreaded arrow push.
This is going to be 4 to go here at the stripe.
It will be, and these guys are not done yet. As Creighton Carter looking to time his run on Isaiah Dupree, the former teammates duking it out right now.
And one worry I have is they're getting rough in the back. We got one around in the grass on the front stretch. He's pulling up on the track. Okay. He's back down in the grass. No caution, thank goodness. But
that was Johnny Antonucci.
Yeah, car's still rolling. He's coming to a stop. I'm keeping an eye on him here. He's parked inside the start-finish line on the grass and has towed.
So 2 to go. If Carter's got anything for Dupree, now is going to be the time to show it.
I don't know if he can get back up even to him, let alone beside him, with the laps winding down like this. This is going to be the white flag.
Here we go.
Pretty much all Isaiah has to do is just complete like a crawl lap here.
Well, I wouldn't say crawl lap because, Creighton Carter, he's in the draft right now.
Yeah.
He's got one final shot at him right here coming off of 4. Not enough, and
Isaiah
for
Dupree
the second season in a row, Isaiah Dupree coming home with the victory.
Oh, Robert Hill just walloped the wall coming off turn 4, goes across the start-finish on his head. He's going to come out 9th. Not sure what happened there.
He just ate Scott Dick's car to the face.
Scott Dick just, oh my gosh, did he ever rail the wall there. Looks like him and Dominic, they were 3 wide with Mike Whitaker. Everybody's trying to make something happen. It's the last
Dominic caught the apron, and Robert Hill Jr. had nowhere to go.
Mike Whitaker is going to be the big winner out of that. He got by everybody involved in that.
So
Scott Dick's car gets hung up in the wall. And you'll see that a lot with the open wheel cars with the bounding boxes and all the oddities like that. You'll see them getting stuck in each other. You'll see them hit each other when they're not anywhere near each other. You see them get stuck in the wall. And these are things, hopefully that they're going to be working on. Because they definitely make these races a little better.
Well, let me ask the obligatory question at this point. Would you care to join me in TeamSpeak for the post-race interviews?
Not this week, but probably next week because I will have TeamSpeak next week. I don't have
All
it
right.
yet. But
Well,
I had to get in here and do this again because it's fun, honestly. I love this league. I love watching these guys. It's just fantastic racing, so it's a lot of fun.
Well, I know I speak for the entire league, Layla, when I say that we enjoy having you in the booth. We enjoy having you on the track. You're a pleasure to have in the league. Period.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm hopefully. The hot rumor right now is that I'll be back behind the wheel of the number 98 PH Aware car early December is the current rumor. So I'll be back out there crashing horribly again and disappointing everybody around me.
Well, if you're able to do it, we would love to have you in the booth.
Yes, I would.
This coming week.
I should be here on Sunday, if not both days. I hope for both days because Talladega. You can't go wrong with Talladega, so
absolutely.
We'll see what happens, and I will let you know.
Yeah,
thanks
absolutely.
For having me.
Well, thanks for being here. As I'm gonna go to bring Isaiah Dupree into the TeamSpeak
and I'm gonna
booth.
check out for now, so I'll see you next week.
All right, Layla, we'll see you hopefully Tuesday.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow night at Williams Grove.
User was moved to your
but
channel.
Isaiah Dupree, for the second season in a row, taking the DW12 win here at Iowa.
Oh, that was a tough one.
It looked like it. I mean, you guys were slugging it out there from that last restart on. Talk us through that last restart.
I was lucky to be there at some point. I thought when I went 2 laps down, my race was over, but I managed to get back there, and I knew if I could at least get to the back Ronnie, I could pass him, and I had a few good moves on him, and we had a good little battle there, and once I got by him, it was just riding out to the end.
Well, you also had 10 laps fresher on the tires, too.
Yeah. I'll take anything I can get tonight.
So, but, second year in a row, or second season in a row that you were able to come home with the big victory here at Iowa. This is starting to feel like a second home to you.
Yeah, I really enjoy the track here. It's the best racing we've had all season, and I also have a concussion right now, so this one's a little bit special.
You have a concussion?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if you have heard the press release that Bill Roberts released earlier in the week, but this coming Tuesday is going to be round 1 of this season's Triple Crown Challenge.
Ooh.
Talladega.
It's Talladega the first race? Alright.
Talladega is going to be round 1. So...
hopefully I can repeat or get one in the 5s.
Well, we'll see what happens Tuesday. So, talk to us about your thoughts about going to the biggest track we're going to see.
I'm just kind of hoping to stay out of trouble here, and hopefully I can get some good team points. Talladega is always just that wild card race. You never really know what's going to happen, so hopefully I can just stay out of trouble, and if I'm there at the end, I can make a move for the win.
Well, that's about all you can really ever hope for at Talladega. With any luck, you'll be able to get hooked up with a teammate and get that outside line working early.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, but congratulations on the win tonight, and we'll let you get back up into the post-race drivers meeting, and we will see you Tuesday night at Dega.
Thank you. Have a good night, Tony.
So there is, for the second straight season, your
user was moved out of your channel.
Your winner there in the DW12
user was moved to your channel.
Joining us now, bringing home the runner-up spot, Mr. Creighton Carter. Creighton, it looked like it was getting a little chippy out there with you and Ronnie for a little bit. Anything you want to let us know about?
Well, early on, I don't really know if I made him mad or what. I mean, I'll apologize if I messed him up, but he ran me down to the apron. I had to get out of the gas. But that last run, no, he ran us clean. So Izzy opened the door, and I just followed him through, and that's that. I think he was saving gas on that last run, honestly.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too, because you guys...
Yeah, he sort of backed off. He didn't pit on that last run.
Right. So he was trying to figure out a way to to just get it to the finish line at that point. You guys had, a second and a half over Cody Eldred at the stripe. So, but congratulations on the podium. You led a handful of laps tonight, so.
Yeah, I hate coming that close, but Izzy definitely deserved it. He was a lot faster than me. That last run, he got away from me with like 3 to go. I was able to run him down, but coming out of the last turn, you get right up on his wing, and the aero push is just too real on the old tires.
Well, that's kind of what we were seeing on the stream too. Is that you just the car just didn't want to turn.
Yeah, whenever I was on somebody's wing, it just wouldn't turn, and so it was very difficult to pass. I mean, it drove great out front.
Well, yeah, clean air. It's always going to drive great in clean air. So Tuesday we're supposed to be going to Talladega. Or is that a race that you're going to be able to make it to?
Oh, I'm going to win that. What are you talking about?
There's no confidence in your family because you've got it all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. I haven't won a DW12 race this year, and I want to get one to get into the chase.
Now, are you going to be able to make it Tuesday for the IR05 version?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Definitely my plan.
Definitely your plan. Okay. Good to know. Well, Creighton, congratulations on the podium. We'll let you get back up into the post-race drivers meeting as we are going to talk to the other part of the equation that we were just mentioning. And
User was moved out of your channel.
As soon as I can find him, there he is.
User was moved.
And rounding out the podium tonight, Mr. Ronnie Osmer, 62 laps led. Unfortunately, weren't able to lead the most important one. Ronnie, were you going into fuel save mode towards the end there?
I was saving under caution and was going all out when I was by myself, but as soon as Isaiah and Creighton passed me, I was saving some, but I saved too much, and it cost me the 2 positions.
Fair enough. But what was going through your mind when that last caution came out and you saw everybody behind you just duck down pit road at the last second?
I felt confident that I could save enough fuel and make it to the end, I wasn't thinking tires weren't going to matter all that much because it didn't seem like it because it was a fairly short medium run. And I took the risk. I already got 2 wins in the bank, so just did it.
Yeah, I mean you basically have your ticket punched already. But looking forward, we're going to Talladega this coming week. Talk to us about your thoughts of going to the 2.6 mile plate track.
I love Talladega. It's pretty technically my home track of the NASCAR tracks, and I always loved Super Speedway racing. Felt like I could have won both races there last year that I was in, but I made dumb moves, and I feel confident in Super Speedways.
So what was the first thought that went through your mind the first time you realized that bump drafting was possible in an IndyCar?
First thought in my mind was, this is going to be interesting. And it definitely made the race more interesting.
All right. Well, Ronnie, again, congratulations on the podium. Congratulations for leading the most laps. We'll let you get back up into the post-race drivers meeting, and I would like to point out that Talladega is supposed to be the first round of this season's Triple Crown Challenge.
I wasn't eligible for it last year, so I'm hoping I can win it this year.
Well, good luck to you on Tuesday, and good luck to you tomorrow night at Phoenix.
Thank you very much.
User was moved out of your channel.
So that's going to round out our podium finishers. The only person we have left to talk to is the gentleman who won the Hard Charger Award tonight, and that, of course, is the inaugural ISL champion, Mr. Cody Eldred. Cody, talk to us through what you experienced tonight, especially on that final restart.
We found out early on that down low is probably the worst spot to be in because there's a bump in turn 1, and if you hit the gas too hard, you end up getting real loose. I got loose twice and kind of tried to time it perfectly where when I restarted, I was in the second lane because it would have been bad news. That's what happened to early on. I think it was Robert Hill. I think he was on the inside of me, and he ended up spinning by himself.
Well, that's what we saw KP do on the opening lap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he said his screen went black for that one.
Oh, yeah, no, the car just jumped sideways.
Oh, that's a bummer. But yeah, I stayed in the back mostly. Led my one lap I wanted. Just survive this race. I didn't have the car to actually challenge anybody, and when I wanted to challenge people, there's a guy behind me pushing too wide, so I lost the lead pack when I wanted it.
Well, the good news is we're going to one of your favorite tracks starting
the bad
Tuesday.
news is I go on vacation from Wednesday to Wednesday.
Yeah, but you'll be here Tuesday.
I will be here Tuesday, so yeah, I'll give it a shot at the IRO5s.
And I would also like to point out that according to the correspondence I got from Bill Roberts earlier in the week on Facebook, that this is going to be the opening round of this season's Triple Crown Challenge.
Yeah, so hopefully I can be in the running for that. I like to have a fun race at Talladega. Always a fun race there.
It's always a crapshoot in my book, though.
I mean, I led the most laps last time we were there and ended up crapshooting 10 laps to go. So.
That's one way to put it. I would have said dumpster fire, but yeah.
It was a fun race. Talladega's always good, but I'll be on vacation and I'll miss Sundays, and then where do we go next week? I don't even know.
Give me a second. I'm drawing a blank. Vegas? No. I'm not 100% certain. I would have to. Oh, making me go and find the schedule now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm finding it.
Let's see how you are, but let's see if I can find it. Where the heck did it go?
Iowa, Talladega, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. So, the second closest track to where you live.
Yeah, I raced the fixed there. It should be fun.
All right. So
it in at 180 miles an hour and turn 1 and 4.
All right. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, this track long, but
this race was long.
Patience, patience. I saw a lot of not patience out there.
Yes. But as far as the Triple Crown Challenge goes, it's going to be this coming week at Talladega. Then we have a week off, and then we're back at it at Atlanta. Then, when I say week off, it's Talladega, New Hampshire, Atlanta, Kansas, Phoenix, and Dover are going to be the remaining races in the regular season schedule. The Triple Crown Challenge races are going to be Talladega, Atlanta, and Dover. So Chase,
I thought he posted different tracks.
I could have sworn those were the 3 that I saw. I will have the answer to that on Tuesday, but I believe those are the 3 that I saw because he wanted Chase Implications to come into the strategy to go after the Triple Crown Challenge.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm probably not going to go for the Triple Crown because I don't race Dover because it's not a good track for these cars. I'll probably be race control for you.
Okay.
Or a broadcaster. I'm not sure yet. I haven't won.
You're always welcome in the booth.
Yeah, thanks.
But, hopefully this coming Tuesday you'll change your mind, and best of luck to you at Talladega.
Yeah, thank you, man.
But we'll let you get back up into the post-race drivers meeting. And
user was moved out of your channel.
So that's going to do it from here. We would like to remind you that this has been the Thank You Veterans 230 from Iowa. Again, thank you. With Veterans Day coming up this coming Saturday, you'll notice that every broadcast that I do this week is going to be thanking the men and women who basically have written a check up to and including, the end game, so that you and I can enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy. So If you know any veterans out there, and I happen to know, and I know quite a few, and I'm related to a few more, on behalf of the entire RobertStuckJobs.com Indy Speedway League, we do thank you for your service, and thank you for coming home safely. So this has been a presentation of the, come on, darn mouse. This has been a presentation of the RobertStuckJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertStuckJobs.com, of course, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertStuckJobs.com. Be sure to let Bill know the ISL sent you. We will see you tomorrow night on the other channel for the Tin Tops at Phoenix, and then we'll be back here on Tuesday night for the IRO5s live from Talladega. On behalf of Miss Layla Wilson, for Mr. Alex Green, and the entire ISL, we will see you next time. Thank you and good night.